Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. How are you all?
Hi, sir.
Yes.
How are you, sir?
So,
Afternoon, sir. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm always on the top world. Long time no see, Aarti.
Yes, sir.
How is life, ma?
Good, sir. Good.
How is your newborn baby?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know. Okay, excellent. Like your husband is taking care. So,
Probably, sir.
okay. Congratulations. Yes. So, welcome to the beautiful session, FR. So, subsequent batch information is available here. We'll discuss about that later. So, next 2 to 3 hours, let us enjoy the best of the best FR knowledge. So, whatever we can, let us absorb to the maximum. Keep your 200 pages book side by side. And wherever required, you have to note it down, you can note it down. Otherwise, it is available in your 200 page book. As and when I go in the order of India's number here. Okay. So, you can open that page. I can underline, highlight, money. Keep scribbling or whatever you want to do, you can do it. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
yes.
So, thank you, Chandan, Subiksha, and team for the beautiful compilation of the FR revision. So, reasonably, I'll be going at a good pace. Anything you don't understand, you can always ask. So, as a student of chartered accountancy, let us learn. Okay. Definition of accounting. RCSI, recording, classifying, summarizing in a significant manner. So this definition still has importance. Yesterday I was telling you about interpretation. Cash flow statement is a beautiful concept for interpretation. So that's right. So recording, classifying, summarizing in a significant manner in terms of money, transactions, and events, which are in part at least of financial character, and interpreting the results thereof. So 2 within bracket 40 defines what is the financial statement. So first one is the balance sheet. Second is the P&L account. Here the word used is Chinmay, not statement, account. IND account if it is NPO. Cash flow statement. SOC, India's balance sheet again. Explanatory notes forming part of your notes account. OPC, small company, dormant company, need not prepare cash flow statement. The reference to the financial statements are given in section 129, read with section 133. 129 says every company, while laying down its financial statements in the AGM, the financial statement should give a true and fair view as per the format given in Schedule 3. 133 says accounting standards which are applicable has to be complied with. Banking and insurance companies, being special companies, are governed by special laws. No doubt they are companies. We have Banking Regulation Act of 1949, IRDA 1999, respectively talking about the financial statement format. So, financial statements, that's what I discussed here. Non-corporate, not relevant for you, companies. Right. Schedule 3 has got 3 divisions. Division 1 is for small chota mota companies, only for companies, non-India's companies. Starts with equity and liabilities on the top, assets down. So, Sri Rama and Sita necessary for that. Division 2, assets on the top, equity and liabilities down. This is your syllabus. Division 3, NBFC, just glance by it. In all the 3 rather, first part 1 is about balance sheet and part 2 is about statement of P&L. So, applicability of Ind AS, phase 1 is from 1617. You heard right. Whereas phase 2 is from 1718. Today, when I'm sitting and talking to you, every listed company and every unlisted company with net worth more than equal to 250 crore, Ind AS is compulsory. For NBFC, the phases have been deferred by 2 years. This is a division 1 format, glance marked. It is based on the company's accounting standard rules of 2006. And the division 1 format. So Sri Rama and Sita are necessary for capital. So Rama used monkeys, long deferred operation with the help of Lakshman, shortly triumph over Sri Lanka. So this is the format of the division 1, which is just for touching reference. And in the micro and small, silent swimming. MSME ಎಲ್ಲ, micro and small disclosure is compulsory presentation. Then non-current asset and current asset, new life in capital. Again, peers near and dear ones, loved one and all. Citizen insisted test came out Sita with originality. This is how the Ramayana has been beautifully inbuilt in the financial statement. Part 2, almost same for both division 2 as well as division 1. Okay, rotate, then all the expenses, then PBET. There is no exception extraordinary item in division 2. Division 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, division 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. Okay, division 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ exception extraordinary item ಇದೆ. Then discontinuing operations, then show the EPS for a touching reference of division 1. What is relevant for you is division 2. It is as per the company's accounting standard rules of 2015. So ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಯಾರು ಇದ್ದವರು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. 2014, 2015, 2016. ಏನು 31st March 2014 is the base date. Then 2015 accounting standard rules came. Applicable phase 1 from 2016, 17, 14, 15, 16. That's what remember. So next, the division 2 format, assets on the top, focus ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ fully.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Equity and liabilities down. So starts with the non-current asset, corresponding Ind AS ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಈಗ. Okay, so Arti, start reading. Non-current assets ಅಲ್ಲಿ first 3 are tangible, next 3
Ind
are
AS.
intangible, then boyfriend ದೂರ ಓಡೋದ. This is how the format we remember. Okay, ಇದು PCI ಗೋಯಿ, PCI ಮತ್ತೆ ಗೋಯಿ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಸ್ಟುಪಿಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಾಯ್ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ
ಓಡೋದ
ದೂರ
right. So now auntie will read the item. Takka, you have to tell the standard.
Property, plant and equipment.
16.
Ind AS 16.
Ind AS 16. Capital work in progress. 16.
Ind AS 16.
Investment property.
40.
Yes, 40.
Yes,
Ind AS
just
38.
number it. Just number it. 16, 17, 20, ಆತರ ಹೇಳಿ ಸಾಕು. Next.
Other intangible assets. 38.
38.
Property ಯಾವುದು 40.
40. 38.
38 red with
Intangible assets.
103.
38 and 1.
103 ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 38 ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ 110 ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಓದಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ 38 is the most relevant and 103 also same ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ. 38 is 103. Next.
Other intangible assets.
38.
38.
Intangible assets under development.
38.
Physical assets.
Goodwill go, other intangible, fundamental difference ಹೇಳಿ ಬೇಗ.
Goodwill is non-depreciable.
Is not depreciable.
Others are depreciable ಅಥವಾ amortizable. Next.
Yes, sir. Biological assets other than bearer plants.
41.
41.
Hello. Goodwill go, other intangibles, differences ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು.
Reversal of impairment.
Goodwill impairment test ಮಾತ್ರ. I'm audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Goodwill impairment test only. Goodwill ತುಂಬಾ ಚಳಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ. Yeah. So goodwill impairment test only, and once you impair, there is no reversal. Other intangible assets ಗೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Other intangibles ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Goodwill arising on business combination, no DTA creation. No DTA creation. Other intangible assets ಗೆ there can be a DTA creation. Special point of goodwill. Goodwill can be either under partial goodwill ಅಥವಾ total goodwill approach. When NCA valuation is given, either at fair value or proportionate of net asset equity. Partial goodwill ಅಂದ್ರೆ investment minus your stake in X1, A1, C1, T1. Positive is goodwill, negative is called gain on valuation. Ultimately taken to capital. Yes, continue.
Financial assets.
Biological assets ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ.
41.
41.
41.
Investments.
41 with 16 ಬರಬೇಕು.
Sir, it is not audible for me, sir.
What about others?
Audible.
Audible.
You are audible, you continue, auntie.
Yes, sir. Financial assets.
Biological asset ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು?
41 red with
41 red with
16. Breath, same breath. Next. Financial
Investments. Trade receivables. Loans.
109.
9.
109, 107, 32.
107 and 32.
109, 107, 32.
107, 32.
Trade is special point. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ರಿಸೀವಬಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ನಾನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಡಿವಿಷನ್ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಶೋನ್. ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ರಿಸೀವಬಲ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಶೋನ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ 2 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ನಾನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಖಾಲಿ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ರಿಸೀವಬಲ್ ಏಜಿಂಗ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬೌವ್ 12 months ಇದ್ರೇನೆ ಅದು ನಾನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಬರೋದು ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣಿ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಲೋ 12 months ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ರೈಟ್. So above 12 months, above 24 months, to do it. Next.
Deferred tax assets net.
12.
12.
Non-current assets.
16.
Assets.
Other non-current asset ಏನು?
105.
105 ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. It's good, well tried. Non-current asset held for sale is not non-current asset ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು current asset ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So if you say other non-current asset 105, I'm sorry, you're totally wrong. Non-current asset ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು? ಅರ್ಧ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ. ಅದರ್ ನಾನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದ ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಸೂಚಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ನಾನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸೇಲ್. ನಾನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸೇಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ನಾನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಗುಡ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಡಿಡ್ ಎ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿಸ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಅದರ್ ನಾನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 105. 105 is always under other current assets under current assets. Point to be noted. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ?
Yes, sir.
Next.
Trees.
2.
Ind AS 2. Financial assets.
109,
107, 32.
32.
Investments, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalent.
Trade receivable, it can be aging analysis. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 months 6 months ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೀಬಹುದು, ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. And inventory is always current. Trade receivable can be current or non-current. Inventory is always
Current.
Always current.
right. So non-current asset ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 plus 3 plus 4. Current asset ಅಲ್ಲಿ 4. IFCO. You know? So totally 3 plus 3 plus 4. ಇಲ್ಲಿ IFCO. Inventory, financial assets, current tax asset, other. Current asset,
Current.
yes. Cash and cash equivalent.
7.
7.
Bank,
7.
7.
loans,
109.
109.
20.
Others to be specified.
I think.
Yes, sir. Current tax assets, net. Other current assets.
Net.
Current tax assets, 12.
12.
So
Other current assets not there.
always do the asset side first. Go to your life.
नहीं मम्मी जी.
Assets, anti public live ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So assets side always you should do it. Asset side first. Any question of your life, okay, asset side first. Then equity and liability, normal other equity should be the balance figure. Today also, without any effort, actually we got that other equity balance sheet figure with working perfectly matched. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yes. Continue.
Equity and liabilities. Equity share capital.
Will equity share capital. Other equity is also part of equity, only for some limited purpose of 109. Preference share capital may be considered as a debt. Otherwise, preference share capital is always a owner's fund because they get the dividend. They get the dividend divided at the end. Preference shareholders in Indian context is always owner's funds. Always owner funds. Only for 109 for a convertible debenture, convertible preference share, etc. It may be a debt component. Otherwise, it is always a share capital. Next.
Liabilities, non-current liabilities.
So
Financial.
non-current and current, they have a same heading. Only thing is they have interchange the order. Illi FPDO, illi FOPC. Same items. The only thing is they are just interchanging. So F andre financial liabilities. Under that financial liabilities, India's or not?
109, 107,
Index
32.
109, 107 and 32.
2.
Borrowings, 23.
20.
Borrowing
23.
23.
ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ 109 ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ 109 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ 23 ಫಾರ್ ಬಾರೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್.
Yes, sir.
16.
These liabilities.
116.
Lease liability 116. That is one of the reasons today when we saw that cash flow, lease liability payment is a financing activities because it's a financial liability. Connect. Duty. Financial liability ಕೆಳಗೆ lease liability ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So lease liability ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ it is a financing activity ಅಂತ today one cash flow statement ಅಲ್ಲಿ we touched it. So now look at the reasoning with the logic. Are you appreciating what I'm talking?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Section 32 only I'll start when I start second group. Next.
Yes, sir. Other trade payables.
Trade
Total-
payable, micro,
total
small, micro and small, you have to compulsorily show. Also 43B within the bracket small h of income tax act. 43B within the bracket small h. ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಅದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆ IBS, ಓಕೆ, ಇಂಟಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಇದೆ.
provisions.
37.
37.
Deferred tax liabilities. 12.
12.
Other non-current liabilities. Current liabilities.
Same.
Financial.
So whatever we discuss same, current and non-current, everything. So BTL. So borrowing, trade payable, lease liability, ಅಥವಾ BLT. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Only thing is ಅಲ್ಲಿ deferred tax ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Deferred tax is always non-current. Current tax, the name only says Vishruta is a current.
Yes, sir.
Always correct.
So net basis normal. Total equity and liabilities. Consolidated financial statements ಅಲ್ಲಿ same format. Only thing is after other equity, separate
NCI.
line item, blue
NCI.
ಏನು ಬರಬೇಕು?
NCI. Non-controlling interest.
Non-controlling interest.
Otherwise absolutely same format. Are you catching Baba?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
ನೋಡೋಣ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೀಪಕ್ ಅವ್ನು ಸುಜಿತ್ ಇದ್ದಾನೇನೋ, ಅವನಿಗೊಂದು ಮಿಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕೋ.
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಇದಾನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾನ ಅವನು? ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ,
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಮಿಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕೋ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀನು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ P&L. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ನೋಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್, ಪ್ರಿವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್. ಬಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್. Exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ sometimes they may give previous year, current year. Observe. CA course is observe and absorb. When I told this in one of the Habbas, Rajiv sir, the great Rajiv sir says, I really don't know what these people observe and what they absorb. Okay. So you as a student, Neha, M. You as a student, what you should do? First, observe. ಮತ್ತೆ absorb. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾನೆ? So, current year, previous year. Question can be in any order. You are not there to ask them why you are like this. My I saw you want the CFG will say. But generally, while you are writing, you should always be current year, previous year. Current year. And interpretation ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Saint Joseph College of Commerce ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ MBA ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಸಖತ್ತಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಒಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಮೈನಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ಲಸ್. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್, ಪ್ರಿವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಉಲ್ಟಾ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಓಕೆ, don't do that. Observe current year, previous year. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. Observe in the question, is it CY/PY format or Arshita Bhatt?
PY/CY.
ಮೂವ್ಬೇಕು, ಕೈಕಾಲು ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಬೇಗ, ಫಾಸ್ಟ್, ಬೇಗ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ 80 ವರ್ಷ ಮುದುಕರ ತರ ಆಡ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ. ಅದವರು ಯಾರು? ಪಾದೂರು ಗುರುರಾಜ, 100 years ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಮೊನ್ನೆ.
Yes.
ಬರೀ. So observe in the question, is it CY/PY? Whereas in the answer, MK present in CY/PY. ಅವ್ರು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೊಡ್ಲಿ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬಡ್ಕೊಡಿ. ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದು ನಮ್ಗೂ ಖುಷಿ ಬಂದದ್ದು ತಾನೆ. ನಾನು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬಡ್ಕೊಡಿ, ನೀವು ಮಾಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಬಂದದ್ದು ತಾನೆ. ಈಗ
No, sir.
ನನಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಆಯ್ತು ನೋಡು. ಆಲ್ಸೋ NND, ನಾಯಿ ಡಾಗ್. ಅಚ್ಯುತ್, ನೇಮ್, ನೇಚರ್, ಡೇಟ್.
Yes, sir.
ನೇಮ್, ನೇಚರ್, ಡೇಟ್. ಆ ಡೇಟಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ 31st March and 31st December ಈ ವಾರ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ, ಫಾರಿನ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇಂಟರ್ವೆಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆದ್ರೂ.
Yes, sir.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು, ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು. So also observe the foreign currency. Dash. Yeah. Conversion. Stronger to weaker.
Multiply.
Stronger to weaker. That is dollar to rupees. Multiply. Also observe which is the presentation currency. 2 RMRs. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಓದಲೆಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದು ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರೋದು. 2 RMRs. Indian holding American subsidiary. CBS by converting USD into INR. I presume you are catching.
Yes, sir.
Yakanda, if you just interchange, everything goes to toss. So, Vinci, so if you interchange, if it is 8-mark question, no, they will give you exact half of it. How much, Vinci?
0.
Zero.
Zero.
Exact half. They cut from here. Upar 0, Nikita, niche 0. Anaka. Okay? So that's right. So if you are reasonably good, then somewhere half of 8 will be 3 marks, Nikita. When they cut like this. Correct, no? So in Shetty sir maths, half of 8 is never 4. That is Shetty sir. Enge?
Yes, sir.
ಫೈನಲ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಸ್ನೇಹ. ಆಯ್ತಮ್ಮ ನೋಡ್ಕೊ. ನಾನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಮೈಸೂರಿಗೆ ದಸರಾಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಅಮ್ಮನ ದರ್ಶನಕ್ಕೆ. ಆಗ ಅಡ್ಲಿದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಬರೀ ಏನದು? ಸೊ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಯಾರೋ ಅಮೆರಿಕನ್
Converting
American
USD
ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ
for CBS.
Mercedes. So multiply. Right side. American Inc. Parent. ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮನಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಅಮೆರಿಕಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲವ್ರ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಓದಿ ಕ್ಯಾತನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಿಳಿ ಕೇರ್ಲೇನೋ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಫುಲ್ಲು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್. ದರ್ ಒಂದು ಜೋಕ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್, ಯು ರಿಮೈಂಡ್ ಮಿ. ಇದಾಗ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗೊಬ್ಬ ನಮ್ಮ CA ಪಾಪ ಚೈನೀಸ್ ಹುಡುಗಿನೇ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಂತೆ. ಹೌ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಚೈನೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಐನೋ ಹರ್ಷಿತಾ, ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಹೌದು ಕಡೆ. ಆನಂದ್ ಮಗನಿಗೆ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಇವನಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಕಾಣ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಸೊ ಕೊರಿಯನ್, ಚೈನೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ ದೇ ಲುಕ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್. ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಜೋಕ್ ಇದೆ ಅಮೆರಿಕನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಏನು? ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಅಮೆರಿಕನ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ subsidiary, CBS in USD presentation currency. Therefore, INR to dollar ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು?
Divide.
ಈಗ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ನೆಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಲ್ವಾ. ಒಂದ್ 2 ದಿನ ಆಗ್ಲಿ. ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಸಾರ ಯಾರು ಅದು ಫುಲ್ ತಲೆ ಕೂದಲು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರು, ಅದು ಆಶಾ ಮೇಡಮ್, ನಾನಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಅದೊಂದು ಜೋಕ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಯಾವುದು ಮಾಡೋದ ಜೋಕ್ ಆಯ್ತು?
America.
ಅವು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್, ಅದು ಎಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದೊಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ PJ. ಓಕೆ. ರಿಯಾನ್ met someone and foreigner. He asked, "Are you an American?" He said, "No, I am a Chinese." After 2 minutes again he asked, "Are you an American?" He said, "No, I'm Chinese." After 2 minutes again he asked, "Are you an American?" He said, "No, I'm Chinese." After 2 minutes again he asked, "Are you an American?" He says, "Yes, I'm an American." Rian says, "But you look like Chinese." Anta. You know, height of irritation. Do to me, no? Other reverse. Loan with interest report. Okay, na? Thank you. 1. Okay. So revenue from operation, Nikita, it's standard. Nikita and Uma stay back at them, and that Goa team also stay back. So we 19 people have decided to go to Goa. You know why 19?
90 ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ.
Why 19? Because it's Goa, bro, above 18. Look at this. ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಇದೆ. ಏನೋ Goa, bro, above 18. ಹಂಗಂತ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಆ ರೀತಿ they'll get confused now. They'll stop everybody, including 1.
Yes, sir.
Revenue from operation. Other income, total income. India's
115.
115.
next. CPC, cost of metal consumed, purchase of stock, changing inventory. ಯಾವುದು?
2.
CPC ಆರ್ಡರ್ಲೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. CPC. So
Yes, sir.
Rote, CPC. Next, EFDO.
19.
Benefits 19.
ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಯ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಓಡೋಗಿದ್ದು ವಿಶ್ರುತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ
ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ.
Delhi.
EFD ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಡಾಗ್ ಜೊತೆ ಓಡೋದು ಸೊ EFDO ಓಕೆ EFDO ಓಕೆ ಅದು ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಯಿ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಡೈಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೋದಲ್ಲ.
Yes, sir.
You want to have a great intelligent, smart, handsome child, Achut? You can talk to my parents. Okay, let's move on. Yeah. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Employee benefit expense.
19.
19.
19 red is 102. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಓದಬೇಕಾದಲ್ಲ.
102.
ವಿಶ್ರುತ ಎಷ್ಟಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರೋದು. 19 is 102. Next.
Finance costs.
Cost.
23.
23.
23.
Depreciation and amortization.
16 and 38.
38.
ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ 16 ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿದ ದಿವ್ಯ ದೀಪದಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀನೆ ಬ್ಲೂನ ಯಾವ್ದು ಉಡಿ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಟೈ ಅಂತ 38. ಸುಸ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ. ಅದರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಸೊ P&L ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ division 1 and division 2 ಸೇಮ್. division 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಂಗ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ವಿಶ್ರುತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಳು 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳು 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಮಲಗಿ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ನೋಡಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಲು. ತಾಯ್ತಿ ನೋಡೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ವಿಶ್ರುತ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮಲಗಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಲು. ಐ ನೋ. ಸೊ ರೋಟೆ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್, ಅದರ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್, ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ CPC,
CPC, FDO.
CFD.
ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ C ನಲ್ಲಿ ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ because there can be a question for 14 marks on financial statements or rectification. Recently they are not asked, but under the new scheme of May 18 they had asked multiple times. Okay, no jokes. Okay, cost of material consumed, so opening inventory plus purchase minus closing raw material. Then purchase of stock in trade, finished goods is different from stock in trade. I manufacture myself, that is called finished
goods. Others
I buy
goods
and
itself.
sell stock IN trade. Then changes in other inventory. What other inventory? Opening minus closing. I'll be careful. One of the questions, and it had a huge impact. Positive becoming negative, negative becoming opening minus closing format. Madhuri. Positive bandre expenses, negative bandre income. Are you recalling?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Extremely important. Take extra care. Simple one kuppa, mistake margin. So that will give you PBET. Then in Chandan airport ali avlige heltalla ononda tegeke ಆತರ. ಸೊ keep removing one by one. Aditi, exceptional item, PBT, then remove tax, current tax and
Deferred tax.
exception ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್? ನೋ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಐಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ES5 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ,
Yes, sir.
ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ದೇರ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಐಟಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್
12.
12.
deferred tax. Okay, tax expense is equal to Ind AS 12 says current tax plus
Tax and
allidial ade tax expense is equal to current tax plus or
Plus
minus
deferred.
plus the DTL, which because it comes on the debit side, minus DTA because it comes on the credit side. ಇದೆಯೇನೋ? ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Indian, sir.
Next, continuing operation, then discontinued operations.
105.
India's focused on discontinued operation. India's
105.
Not 5.
105.
ಬಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರ 105. Then tax expense related to same. It's like 50B slump sale. ನೀನೆ ಬಡ್ಕೊಂಡಲ್ಲ, slump sale ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Then profit. Then extra point in division 2 is OCI. Balance sheet is equity related, Nikita. That's why we write OCE, other components of equity, Akila, Ravish. Whereas this is what, Deepak?
Other comprehensive income.
Comprehensive income.
P&L is income. No confusion of whatsoever nature. All this looks very simple, but trust me, blackout agodu, blank out agodu, your own name you forget sometime, your own mobile number you forget. It happened in your life. Your name forgetting gottilla. Idu phone pay della password you have forgotten.
Yes, sir.
Natural. It is very human. It is very human, Uma. So adakoskara to keep telling other components of equity. Equity will come in balance sheet. Illiano Anjana, other comprehensive
Comprehensive
Income.
income. Mangama. Continue. Muniyamma. So, other comprehensive income, and yesterday we discussed, yesterday only for the present batch, items that will not be reclassified, items that will be reclassified. If you remember, reclassified, not reclassified.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Corresponding taxes. Revaluation surplus will never go to the P&L account.
P&L account.
Whereas if FCTR, foreign currency translation reserve, when that operations are disposed of, then that proportionate profit should be transferred to the P&L account.
P&L.
Corresponding tax, Vishwata and Chinmay, Achutra and I. Total comprehensive income. Then extremely important, EPS. There are
33.
for continuing and discontinued.
Discontinued operation. Discontinued
But
operation.
Continuing operation.
for both basic and diluted.
Diluted.
India's
33.
so diluted, if there's a reduction in positive, diluted. If there's an increase, it is anti-dilutive.
Anti-dilutive. Not
If there's a reduction in negative, it is anti-dilutive, should not be reported. Shall I repeat? Unnamalai. 100 rupees positive coming down to 80, that is anti-dilutive, report. 100 rupees positive becoming 125, Anaka should not be reported. Next, 300 rupees negative becoming 200 rupees negative, that means it is becoming anti-dilutive. Anti-dilution should not be. Dilution means reduction. Reduction in positive, increase in negative. Are you crystal clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Multiple questions. Priyanka. Next. So, no extraordinary item. OCA separately, continuing, discontinued, and total. Then NCI in division 2 separately. So, previous year forget, unless it is the first year of operation, that you should take care. Then accounting standards. Companies get large company Ind AS, small companies get division 1 get company loss, which is nothing but ICI. Non-corporate ICI, income tax 1 to 10. Okay. So it's for accrual method of accounting for others source and business income. ICI, Chandan, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Just for touching reference. So your turnover based, or borrowing based, 250, 50, 10. So that is level 1, level 2, level 3. Next. Applicability of Ind AS. Auntie.
Yes, sir. Applicability of Ind AS. Phase 1. With effect from 1/4/2016, all company listed or not having net worth more than or equal to 500 crores.
listed or not.
Companies, comma, listed or not, comma,
Yes, sir.
having net worth. Auntie, not having net
Not
worth.
having net worth. I also got.
Not having mana mariyade anta ನಾವು ನಮ್ದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಓದ್ತಾ not having mana mariyade ಅಲ್ಲ having or not mana mariyade Shetty will teach anta auntie understood.
Yes, sir. Listed or not having more than or equal to net worth more than or equal to 500 crores.
MCPK equal to is also taken care, Ravish. So equal to is also taken care. Equal to is also taken care. Okay, I manya. Continue.
Yes, sir. Phase 2 with effect from 1/4/2017, where net worth is less than 500 crores, 2 arrow marks, all listed companies. Second arrow mark, unlisted companies, net worth more than or equal to 250 crores.
More than equal to. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ 2 ಪೇಜ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Greater than equal to symbol important. Okay. So any day it becomes more than equal to 250 crores. Next year is applicable agate with the previous year column. So 10th January 2024 it became 260 crores. So from next year with the previous year column is must. Unnamalai. Time I told. Next. So same thing I given again, and it's applicable to JAS also. Subsidiary companies 260 crore, parent company 10 crore, then all of them are India's companies. So one in the chain, suppose parent is having 10 crores, then subsidiary is having 260 crore. So that means all joint venture, associate, subsidiary, everybody will be coming under India's. And once married married forever. Once India's, ayo bejar, yen madakagalla, irreversible. Hello Deepak.
Yes, sir.
So India's once applied, it is applied for ever.
Yes.
Sir, next year if the net worth becomes 5 crores, as long as the company continues, India is continuous. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Once India applies, it is applicable forever. Going good?
Yes, sir. Super.
Yes, sir.
So these are the India's numbers. In India's 117 ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನು 117 ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್.
Insurance contract.
Not notified for your syllabus as per the Chandan's confirmation. They notify ಮೇಗಂತೂ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. So but if there is anything notified, I will do a separate session. So these are the India's numbers which I'm sure all of you know. ICDS numbers, how to remember ಅಂತ ESG connection ಕೊಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. First 1 and 2 are similar. One is accounting policies, 2 is valuation unit. Then 7 to 13 consecutive effective numbers. ಯಾವುದು 3, 7. Eat ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ research and development, ES8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 are up to here. Then 16 is the borrowing cost. Last standard is the last standard year. Roman numbers ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Going good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
India's is almost 95% of IFRS plus Carvin minus carve out.
Carve out.
Wow.
Carvin is some additional guidelines given in India's. So when the IFRS was supposed to be implemented, 2001 ನಲ್ಲಿ at the international level ಶ್ರೇಯಸ್ ಅಡಿಗ ಸೊ ಏನಂತೆ 4 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಊಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆವು. So 2001 when IASC was renamed as IASB, BINC. So they wanted to issue IFRS. So as of now, IFRS is equal to Fatima, IFRS plus IAS. IFRS 1 to 70, which we call it as Ind AS 101 to 117, and IAS S12 as it is Ind AS numbers 1 to 41. So this is how it's happening. Then IFRS we could not implement as it is. That's why what we did, Preeti, whatever IFRS Preeti, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಕೊಟ್ವಿ. ಯಾವುದು ಎಡಿಷನಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಡಿಷನಲ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಇನ್. ವೆರಸ್ ಕಾರ್ವ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್. ಸುಮತಿ, ಓ ಸುಮತಿ, ನನ್ನ ಫೋಟೋ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗಮ್ಮ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಎಡಿಷನಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್. ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ CCT. ಯಾವುದು? ಕಾಮನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಸ್ 103, ಅಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಸ್ C. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಪೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. IFRS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವೆರಸ್ ಕಾರ್ವ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್, mandatory deviation. Okay, so you can go by India 16 deemed cost, PPE. They want you to do the calculation, but here they say WDV itself will be taken. Optional ಅಂದ್ರೆ they will give you multiple options, but you select only one or two. For example, IAS 727 gives you 3 options: cost, fair value, equity. Today only I said that investment accounting you cannot go by equity method, it can be only cost or fair value mark. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Next, goodwill valuation, indirectly included in so many places, sir. So how do you value the goodwill? Glance ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Super profit method ಮತ್ತೆ capitalization method are the 2 methods very crucial. Super profit to number of years of purchase. Capitalization is value of the business minus closing capital employed. ಅದೇ ತರ valuation of shares, net asset value, net asset divided by number of equity shares. Yield value, actual yield percentage of the company divided by normal yield percentage of the industry into paid up value. Fair value is mean of these two. ಯಾವ mean? ಬಂಗಡೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ ಚಿತ್ರ? Intrinsic value plus what Aditi? Yield value divided by 2. But ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತು. Extremely important. Page number 18. Bodama.
Yes, sir. In India, special points. Guidelines, guiding principle of IFRS or Ind AS, 2 arrow marks, fair value, substance over form.
So wherever there is a necessity, you should write like this. Write this point. So fair value and guiding substance over form are the guiding principles of Ind AS. How many standard we have come across fair value? Every standard almost would have touched the fair value. And substance over form. 40% may be a parent. 70% may not be a parent. Control is based on the effective control, substance over form. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Class next.
Every
Yes, sir.
Ind AS question make reference to Schedule 3.
So every India's question, there's a reason why I spent it extra time, Nagaraj Bhatta. You know, each India's, Nagaraj Bhatta, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? Next.
every Ind AS, RMPD, recognition, measurement, presentation, and disclosure.
Good number of times they have asked theory questions also. Okay. So presentation, how do you account for it? What is the measurement? Just to give an example. The corresponding standard number. Revenue recognition is. So revenue under 115 when copper conditions are satisfied. Other contract revenue based on
POCM.
POCM. Next ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು LKG ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ವರೆಗೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ. ಸೊ ಏನೋ ಸ್ನೇಹ ಅವಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನ್ಮ ನೀವು ಊಟ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ವೇನೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ, ಬಟ್ ಏನೋ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೆಲವ್ರು ಯಾರೋ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇರ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಯಾರೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಏನು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಏನು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 39 years ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಚೀವ್ಡ್ ಯಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೆಂಚಿಂದ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಂತೆ. ಅವ್ರು 39 yearsಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಆತರ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆತರ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ತಪ್ಪೇನಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದೊಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ತಿ ಕೇಸ್. ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಕಾಟ್ ಫೈರ್. ಆಲ್ ದ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಜಂಪಿಂಗ್ ವಾವ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅಂತ. Arti was sitting in the corner and crying like anything. Then the headmaster said, okay, at least one student is concerned about the school. He came and tried consoling her. Then he said, don't worry, ma. And 2-3 days early, we do some alternate arrangement and we'll continue the class. She started crying more. Teacher asked, hey, what happened? What happened? No. When it caught fire, I feel sad that you are not inside the school. So, what, auntie?
Yes, sir.
Yes, next. Measurement.
Measurement.
This is what you are supposed to do it in 200 pages, which you are not done. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I was trying to tell you about recognition ಆಯ್ತು. ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Presentation. So what India's 32 title?
Financial instruments presentation.
ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕೊಡಿ title. The beauty, you don't have to roam around unnecessarily. Search around unnecessarily. Then disclosure. Related party?
Disclosure.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತೇನೆ ಗುರು. ಹೇ ಗುರು.
Guru.
ನನಗೆ ಗುರು ಅಲ್ವೇನಾ. ಓದಿ.
Yes, sir. Measurement, 4 arrow marks. Ind AS 16 PPE, Ind AS 38 intangible assets, 2 arrow marks. Cost normally, second arrow mark.
Initially always cost. Cost normally, initially cost model. Next.
Fair value for class of assets at regular frequency.
So fair value for each class of asset at regular frequency and it's under 3 to 5
years.
Next.
Ind AS 40 investment property always at cost. However,
so PP as well as investment property is LBP. Measurement is at cost here. Illi fair value is there. Continue.
however, disclose fair value, no option of revaluation.
You have to disclose the fair value ಶ್ರೇಯ. Revaluation ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಏನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು? Depreciation is must for building being India's 40. Investment property ಗೂ depreciation ಇದೆ. ಲ್ಯಾಂಡಿಗೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ವಿಶ್ವತಾರಾವ್. ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಗೆ depreciation ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Building being depreciable even if it is investment property. Investment property ಗೆ building ಇದೆ. Next.
Yes, sir. Ind AS 2 inventory, cost or NRV, whichever is less. Ind AS 105 non-current assets held for sale like inventory, carrying amount or fair value less cost of disposal, whichever is less. Ind AS 41 agriculture, biological assets only at fair value less cost to sell.
I don't know how many of you appreciated what I did. This is exactly what you as a student supposed to do it in all the subjects where they are similar yet different. If you look at it, cost model, sir, PPE cost model, devaluation option is available. Investment property cost model, devaluation is not available. So inventory cost or NRV, whichever is less. Whereas 105, which is a PP earlier, now it has become held for sale, which is under other current asset. So there carrying amount, the word used is not cost. I hope it's correct. Yeah. Carrying amount or fair value less cost disposal, whichever less. Whereas 41, carrying amount concept, it is always at fair value less cost. So whichever point you think they are similar and I get confused, you have to make a note together in one particular place. This is exactly the job of a student. I am still a student because my students have not become students. Continue.
Yes, sir. How to answer Ind AS questions? Theory, short notes, fair value, etc. Make reference to concerned Ind AS with title. Write the definition as it is or meaning. Give an example, say fair value. Very important. Accounting treatment, say material departures to be disclosed. Disclosure requirement in financials. If possible, give connection to SA or the Companies Act 2013. Analytical theory.
If it is a pure theory, then you have to go by this presentation. Sabko samajh mein aa gaya?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If it is analytical theory, where they give you some theory with some mathematical figures, there also you have to go by IPAC. IPAC, you have to explain. IPAC at the FPAC. What is IPAC?
Acts analysis conclusion.
Introduction, provision, analysis, conclusion.
Introduction alla issues. Facts, provisions, analysis, FPAC, ಅಥವಾ issues given. IPAC.
Yes, sir. Say law, analytical theory, say laws by insolvency on 28th March made known on 10th April. Supra.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ one ಇದು.
Yes, sir.
Number 2 year.
If
Question
required.
applies.
Huh.
Then 4 ಅಂದ್ರೇನು accounting treatment. 5th ಅಂದ್ರೆ disclosure. 6th one is
Optional.
This is what you're supposed to do. If it is a problem, one sentence at least about the yes kodi. 5 marker questions are 5 marker. Consolidation alala. Point number 2, if required, you can do. What is point number 2? Definition if required.
Definition or meaning.
Accounting treatment, disclosure. Very, very important sentence.
Compulsorily mention the Ind AS number and title once in such answer.
So, prati answer. For example, it is Ind AS 2 related. As per Ind AS 2 inventory, valuation of inventory, you know, comma, dot. Then you don't have to write every time the same. As per this standard. Sir, I have written in question number 1, question number 8 and 4 barebeka, MK barebeka. Kanisha's husband saying, see, 10 years back when I got married to you, I gave you an ice cream. Now second ice cream do you want? That's not going to work out. Kanisha? Next. So now quickly let us go through respective standards. Ind AS 101, IFRS 1. First time adoption of IFRS in Ind AS. So whenever you are applying for the first time, okay, either because of the phase 1 applicability 1617, or you have become Ind AS company because net worth is causing 250 crores net worth turnover alla. Net worth also equity or net assets. Net assets
sir.
also, okay. And or you are getting listed. And listing again, there are 6 points. Which are there? Unnamalai? Yavani Gupta. Either you are listed or in the process of listing. Debt securities are listed, equity securities are listed. In India, outside India. 6 points are there. So any one of the point covered, you are a India's company. Ali Bekare Barkodi, Deepak, Devi Vaishnavi. Yedede, Saku. Devi Vaishnavi? Oh, Devi Vaishnavi. ನಿಮ್ಗೀಗ ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು. ತಂಗಿ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೀ ಏನೋ
Listed company.
ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟಾ ಏನೋ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇರ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಲಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಸ್ಗೆ ಲಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ 6 points ಇದೆ. 3 into 2 3 ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಸಾಕು. ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 points ಆಯ್ತಾ? So there may be a company on a serious note, not listed in Indian stock market. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಡಬ್ಬಾ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ they would have listed for some economic reasons. It is a India's company ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Second one, equity or debt instrument listed. Madhuri, Fatima, Chaitra,
In India or outside India?
Navneet, Kavya ಆಗಿದೆ, Aarti, Uma, Akila, Anjana, Ravish. Equity or debt security.
sir.
Last one, in
Listed
India.
or in the
So in India ಆಯ್ತಾ already ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ?
first point,
Listed or in the
listing or
process of
in the
listing.
process of listing.
Last one, already listed or in the process of listing.
Process of listing.
Already listed or in the process of listing. Process of listing ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 3 months ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರ್ರಿ. ಏನ್ ಚಿನ್ಮಯ್? ಬಡ್ಕೋ ಅಪ್ಪನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ.
Already listed or the process of listing ಅದರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಮಾಧುರಿ evidenced by body resolution. Process of listing ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತು? Arshita Bhatt.
I said prospectus, sir, but okay.
See. So evidenced by BOD resolution. Board of Directors should have taken a call that next I will never take your call. Next. Indian model.
Why, sir?
So, right. First time when you're applying, first time adopter, whoever is applying for the first time, you need to ensure that opening balance of the respective equity has to be adjusted. So the entire standard says opening balance of the respective has to be adjusted. There are some exemptions given, either mandatory exemptions in respect of some of the points when you're applying for the first time, or certain things are optional. They're all connected to other standards. Just glance mark. Share-based payment. So it's basically your ESOP accounting. Okay. 102 read with the Companies Act. So what is section 52? Companies Act.
Securities premium.
Securities
Issue
premium.
at the
Where
premium.
you can use it.
53 is no issue at a discount. 54 says to the employees, stock option can be given at a discount. 55 is redemption of preference share. 62 is the right share. 63 is bonus issue. 96 is AGM. 129 is financial statement. 133 is
Standards, accounting standards.
197 read with 198 is damage. Damage ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪನಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ರೆಮ್ಯುನರೇಷನ್.
ನಾವು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
How do you remember sections like this, sir? How do you remember sections like this? It's all
Yeah, I will discuss post
exam.
29. Post exam. Uma, you tell this is nothing anta. Income tax classic ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ. Next.
Yeah.
So moving on. Share based payment. 102. 62 is about right shares. 54 just now I said set equity. Then stock option. So basically share based amount is a stock option. The concept is there. Infosys. Today the fair market value is 2000. 2000 worth of shares. If I'm giving to the employees at let's say 200 rupees, 1800 is the benefit employees are enjoying. It is nothing but deferred employee compensation expense. The 1800 into number of options has to be amortized to the P&L account over the vesting period. What is the vesting period? So the minimum period for which
Employees has to change.
Employees continue with the organization.
benefit. Vesting period is different from what? Lock-in period. Lock-in period is
Cannot sell them.
After the issue.
Yeah. So vesting period is, so you have to be there in the company minimum so that you can enjoy. Lock-in period is whether you are there in the company or not. Once the shares are vested, you cannot sell the shares. The shares are locked so that the share market doesn't go here and there. Okay. That's why there's a concept called lock-in period. So 1st April 2024, if they give you the option, vesting period is 2 years. 1800 divided by 2, 900 has to be transferred to the P&L account every year. This is the concept of share-based payment. So face value 5 rupees will go to share capital and balance 1995 will go to the securities premium. Takkandonu alle just ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಅದು 1st April 24, in fee, issuing 1 lakh shares to the employees. Info face value ಎಷ್ಟು?
rupees.
Is 5.
5
Five.
rupees.
5 rupees.
5 rupees.
5 rupees.
FMV 2000, issued at 200. Vesting period 2 years. Deferred employee compensation expense for employer, beauty for employer is equal to perquisite for employee. ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ನೇಹ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಂಬೆ ಹಣ್ಣು ಮತ್ತೆ ದಬ್ಬಣ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೂತು ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಲಂಬಾಣಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ. ಫೇರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೈನಸ್ perquisite under 1726 ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 17 subsection 2 clause 6 of income tax act. Read with rule 38 and rule 39 of income tax rules. ಬೇಡ ಬಿಡಿ, ವಿನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡಿ. is equal to FMV minus Z. What is the value, Nikita?
2000 minus 2.
200 euro, 1800 into 1 lakh is equal to 1800 lakh. ಕೆಳಗೆ 1st April 2024 ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಡೇಟ್?
24.
1st April 2024. Deferred compensation expense account debit. Deferred, a defer. DEF, single F. Double ಅಲ್ಲ. Deferred employee compensation expense debit.
Double R.
Double R. R ಜನ ಬರ್ಪೇರುತ್ತೆ ಡೆಲಿಟ್. Deferred employee compensation expense account debit 1800 lakh to ESOP outstanding. ESOP outstanding ಎಷ್ಟು? 1800 lakh. 1800 lakh. Next, 31st March 25, P&L account debit to deferred employee compensation 1800 divided by 2, 900 lakh. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೆಳಗೆ 30th June 25, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು 1000 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. 1 lakh.
1 lakh. 1 lakh.
1 lakh.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ 30th June 25 to lakh 2000 unvested options lapse. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಲೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಏನೋ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಫಿನಿಶ್ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್. ನೀವು ಲೇಟ್ ಆದವ್ರು ಡಿಸೈಡ್, ನನಗೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 8 o'clock ವರೆಗೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ ವಿಶ್ವದಾಗೆ. ಸೊ 2000 ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 2 years ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕವರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅನ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಡನ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಬರೀ ಹೇಳು ಚಂದನಗಳೇ, ESOP outstanding ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ. ಸ್ನೇಹ ಬಾಯ್ ಮುಚ್ಚೆ, ಸ್ನೇಹ ಈ ಥರದ್ದು ಏನೋ ಇದೆಯಾ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ? ಸ್ನೇಹ ಅನ್ಬಿಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅನ್ಬೇಡ, ಗುಬೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅನ್ಬೇಡ. ಈ ಥರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಕಡೆ ತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಟ್ಕೋ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಮನೇಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಈ ಥರ? ಇಲ್ವಾ? ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ESOP outstanding account debit
1800.
2000
1000 options left.
2000 into 1800, 36 lakh.
36 lakh. To P&L account 36 lakh divided by 2. ಅರ್ಧ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ P&L account ಹೋಗಾಗಿದೆ. Are you appreciating, Kanisha? 18 lakh. 2. Ratan Kamath, ಹೇಳೋ ವರ್ಸ್ಕೋ. Deferred employee compensation expense One Nisha, are you catching the point or simply
Understanding, sir, understanding.
Understanding, sir.
whatever you have done first entry ಅದು reverse ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. But first entry the sum portion has already gone to P&L account. ಅದನ್ನು reverse ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Repeat the entry with figures. Vijeta, ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿ.
ESOP outstanding account debtor 36 lakh, 1,800 into 2,000 shares. To P&L account 36 lakh divided by 2, 18 lakh. To deferred employee compensation account 18 lakh.
Compulsory expense, debit ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದು credit ಆಗಬೇಕು. All of you understood, Baba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next,
Yes, sir.
31st March 2026. P&L account debit to deferred employee compensation expense account. One lakh minus 2,000. 2,000 alva? Every time have the habit of writing within the bracket. One of the major reason why CAPS is highly successful because I force people to write within the bracket 1 lakh minus 2,000, close the bracket. 98,000 into rupees 1,800. Divided by 2. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ?
882 lakhs.
882 lakhs.
882 lakhs.
882 lakhs.
82 lakh. ಅಥವಾ or ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು 1,800 1,800 minus 36 ಇರಬೇಕು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್.
Yes, sir.
Minus 36 lakh divided by 2.
882.
Or first entry 1,800 debit minus second entry how much later
900.
900. Next last but one entry minus ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು
18
lakh.
18 ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ
882.
882.
ಸೇಮಾ
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nikita great. That's a party in Goa then. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Ishita. Oh, Ishita.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
I know. Only ಒಂದೇ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಅಳ್ತಾಳೆ. Next. What is the next one? So that is 31st March. This is done. Same date. Assuming exercise period is the same date. Okay. Bank account debit. $98,000 into 200 ಇರಬೇಕು.
196 lakh.
98,000 into 200 because 2,000 gone case. Wait. 31st March 2026 ಅಲ್ಲ 26 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಜಾ ಮಾಡೋಣ. 31st ತಪ್ಪೇನಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಜಾ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ. 31st March 2026 8,000 vested options lapse. ಅಂದ್ರೆ those employees ನಾನು 200 ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ get lost ಅಂತ ಅಥವಾ you thrown them out something happened. So first is within 2 years lapse ಆದ್ರೆ that's called unvested options lapse ಆಗೋದು. Vesting takes place after 2 years. 31st March 2026 the next day. Technically it should be 1st April or 2nd April. So if on that day it's vested, the people said want to be that I don't want to pay, I don't have the money, I don't want to pay. Possible some cranky people in there. Athava they are not satisfied other conditions of ESOP. So you may not give them. So that is a vested options lapse ಆಗೋದು. Are you catching the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I said 8,000 vested options lapse. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ entry ಬರೀ. ಏನ್ entry?
ESOP outstanding account debit.
ಹೇಳು.
ESOP outstanding account.
ಹೇಳು 2
To P&L account.
ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ?
To deferred expense account.
ಡೆಫರ್ ಅದು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಇದು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬರೀ ESOP outstanding account debit to deferred compensation sorry P&L account ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Because everything has been transferred to P&L account.
Yes, sir.
ಅಕ್ಕ ಅದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್
correct, sir.
ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ. Everything has gone to P&L account already. So unvested ಇದ್ದಾಗ something is still in deferred. Whereas here Everything has gone to P&L account. So I repeat, what entry?
ESOP outstanding account debit to P&L account.
To P&L account. Yes, stop. 8,000
144 lakh.
144 lakh.
8,000 into 1,800 answer.
Yes, sir.
144 lakh.
Into 2 by 2, technically. Into 2 by 2. It's all 140?
4
lakh.
4
4
lakh.
lakh.
144.
Right. Are you catching the point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
They are very easy to score. That's why I don't want to miss. Next one. 31st March of the first April. Bank account debit. I think it is 90,000.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
I think 90,000 into rupees 200.
180 lakh.
180 lakh.
180 lakh.
180 lakh. ESOP outstanding account debit. 90,000 into 1,800. Stop.
1,620 lakh.
1,620 lakhs.
620 lakh. Or balancing figure is ESOP outstanding. 2 equity share capital. Stop.
90,000
rupees.
90,000 into rupees 5 face value. Nagaraj. 90,000 into 5 face value.
4.5 lakh.
4.5 lakhs.
2 greening color securities premium. ನಾನು ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಇಷ್ಟವರೆಗೆ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಗ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ.
$1,755 lakhs.
1,755
lakhs.
755 lakhs. Everybody understood?
795.5 lakh.
795.
ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಿಗರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ನಾವು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Everybody understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is about the share based payment basically, which is also employee compensation expense. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿ. Then this share based, look at it. Either it can be equity settled, that means equity share ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. Cash settled ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೋನಸ್ in cash. ಅಥವಾ with multiple options, you can give the equity settled as well as the cash settled. Cash bonus ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, equity shares ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, all the stories are there. But the group ಅಲ್ಲಿ many a time in India, Bangalore very common. Microsoft India employees will be getting the ESOP of Microsoft US. So parents in the birthday and adu baruvaga, so there income tax provision is any ESOP which is as per central government guidelines. There is a ESOP should not be gifted antira. Whereas Americans parent iddu ESOP when they give, it cannot be as per central government guidelines of India. That means those shares can be gifted. Even if you gift, there is no capital gain being attracted. Income tax class provision. Yaar ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಕಿ. India's 103 dealt in detail. So applies to all kinds of business combination. Business is input, output in between the process. So it covers not only acquiring the businesses, it also acquiring significant stake. So 80% stake in a subsidiary acquire that is also called business combination. And 103 and 110 huge interconnection. 103 gives rise to 110 and not vice versa. So even though as a matter of fact we started with what 110 problems, business combination can lead to consolidation and not vice versa. Control definition is given in 110, whereas goodwill computation is based on 103. Control gate, what is the definition we use? PLR. Power link for the variable returns. Next. So control is the de facto control, more than half of the voting right. Appoint or remove more than half of the board of directors. Potential voting rights are also supposed to be covered. Then this table. So mergers are covered, acquisitions are covered, external reconciliation covered. Demerger is also covered because it's a common control transaction. Appendix C prakara. Investment in subsidiary is also acquiring control. Internal reconstruction is not covered. Internal reconstruction discussed in class. Just a touching reference. So,
Yes, sir.
Touching reference. Yes, sir.
So capital, anything transfer to capital action account of the share surrender account. Reverse acquisition is the beauty where legal acquirer becomes accounting subsidiary. One of the beautiful questions. AX Limited, BX Limited. Other question 3 times they have asked. So AX Limited, BX Limited. So amalgamation agi ABX Limited baratte. That means AX, BX closes, new entity comes. Then they say BX Limited is a larger entity. BX Limited is a larger entity. They take the control over the newly formed. So even though it is amalgamation in a verbatim reading, it is actually absorption. As if BX is taking over AX. So like in the case of consolidation, BX Limited figures will remain as it is. Only AX Limited fair values of assets and liabilities are supposed to take. So it is called reverse acquisition, where AX, BX merge agi ABX baratte. ABX is naam ke vasta for all practical purpose. It is a BX Limited acquiring AX Limited. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is one problem which is very commonly asked. Yes. So it is not applicable for joint venture because we are separate. Acquiring some assets also, it is not a cover. Yeah. Then asset restructuring, either internal reconstruction, glance money. Any profit or loss transferred to capital action account and reduced words may be used after the name. Yeah. Then write off the write off the loss in the order of P&L account debit balance, 50 is the goodwill. These three must be written off. Any balance transferred to capital reserve. Share surrender andre, anything related to shares suited to share surrender account, balance should be transferred to capital action account in the usual manner. Reverse acquisition, that is nothing but reverse merger. Legal parent will become accounting subsidiary and vice versa. So in the story, IFRS there is only acquisition method which is suggested, whereas India's 103 only acquisition method is normally followed, but carve out from IFRS, Appendix C says you can go for pooling of interest method for common control transaction. Treatment of difference. Acquisition method only, goodwill will arise. Are you listening? Athava?
Sir.
On market price, which is ultimately transferred to capital concentrate. Pooling of interest method, gain on bargain purchase ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Straight away capital reserve. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳ. Consolidation as well as acquisition method. The negative figure is initially called gain on bargain purchase. Then ultimate transfer to capital reserve. Whereas pooling of interest method directly positive or negative transfer to capital reserve. Note ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 110 and acquisition method 103. Negative is gain on bargain purchase, which is ultimately transferred to
Capital reserve. Capital reserve.
whereas under CCT, COI method, directly capital reserve, positive or negative. Understanding, Baba?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
And India's 103 purchase consideration net as a difference. First, you have to identify to allocable intangibles. ಈಗ software idre, patent idre. After that, if there is something left out, then only you should take it to goodwill. So goodwill is the last figure to be created, last figure to be written off. That's how the goodwill is the most permanent asset. So Aditi, samajh mein aa raha hai? So next,
Sir.
purchase consideration, either you can go by payment method, net asset method, assets minus external liability at fair value. Payment method, all the things what you give, other than issue price consider ಮಾಡಿ. Share exchange method, number of shares of transferor company into value per share of sization
Transferor company.
company. ನಿಮ್ ಗಂಡ ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಇರ್ತಾರ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅವರ ಹಣೆ ಬರ. ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಇರ್ತಾರ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇರ್ಲಿ. Next, extremely important. Yes, auntie, want
Yes, sir.
Consideration.
Yes, sir. Ind AS 103 also considers a deferred consideration for
Energy.
For liquidity issue, it is deferred. Example, 300 lakh to be paid after 3 years. If PV factor is 10%, consideration to be increased by say 300 lakhs into 1. divided by 1.01 to the power of 3, which is
Chandan, 1.10 to the power 3. So, deferred consideration is recognized at the present value. Contingent consideration is recorded at fair value. And if it is a equity component, no remeasurement. Whereas the debt or liability component, at the end of each year, you have to remeasure and transfer the same to P&L account. And very crucial is about option accounting. Any other consideration? So if there is a options, etc. given, what is considered to be the part of the PC is you have to by heart this formula. Original award into service period till date. Because it is related to what? The work they have done till date is a consideration. Divided by total vesting period of transfer or transfer, whichever is higher. So balance amount will be taken to the P&L account over the balance vesting period. This question again is extremely important from the exam perspective. Are you able to recall the question, all of you, including previous batch?
yes,
Yes, sir.
There are time for discussion, go through that. Next, 103, we are doing 110, full goodwill and partial goodwill. So when NCI valuation ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕೂಡಲೇ ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು?
total goodwill approach.
Consideration paid, NCI can be at fair value Q1 ಅಥವಾ NCI at proportionate net assets. Less total net assets.
Total equity.
Total equity, sir.
ಮಲ್ಕೋ. Total net asset ಅಥವಾ total equity. Difference is called goodwill. Whereas partial goodwill ಅಲ್ಲಿ whatever consideration paid minus your stake in Achyut X1, A1, C1, D1 is called goodwill. Next, control is a crucial term. Control can be obtained by board of directors, it can be by equity shares, potential share, or the combination of so many things. Demerger ಅಥವಾ hive off, HIV, E ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
Yes, sir.
Spin-off, okay. Separating the business for a special focus. Any profit or loss will be transferred to capital reserve. One of the easiest question again, Maximum Limited, then Lenovo problem. Transfer company, concerned liability debitor, concerned asset creditor, balance is a capital reserve. Transferring illi accumulated depreciation barutte, you have to cancel. Whereas transferring company, don't start with the kids. Vishwata, don't start with the kids. Accumulated depreciation illi barodilla. Concerned asset account at net WDV, concerned liability, share capital premium. And demerger means consideration is directly given to the shareholders of transferor company and is not given to the transferor company. Understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Divestment andre selling of part of your units. Next, examples of common control transaction. All the group companies merger are there, that is called common control transaction. Appendix C deals with the same. Then that is fine. Time pass. ಇಲ್ಲಿ again 5 marks ಗೆ when did you get the control? ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So what is the acquisition date? What is the consideration? ಅದನ್ನ go through ಮಾಡಿ. Ind AS 12 ಓದಮ್ಮ quick ಆಗಿ.
Ind AS 12 has to be considered for business combination, temporary differences, 2 arrow marks, no DTA to be recognized for goodwill even though it is temporary difference. For other items, recognize DTA or DTL.
Statutory reserves are not listed in 1 or 3, but you can reinstate the same. Amalgamation adjustment reserve account debitor to concern statutory reserve. Both reserves will be shown under reserves and surplus. Disclosure. A business combination only once in a year ಆಗೋದು, where consolidation year on year basis ಆಗೋದು. Business combination consolidation difference ಏನೋ? Business combination once ಆಗೋದು life ಅಲ್ಲಿ, consolidation year on year exercise. Disclosure, time pass. Categories of questions under 103. ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು ಆಂಟಿ?
Yes, sir. Theory questions on control, CCT, common control transaction, computation of consideration, disclosure requirement of Ind AS 103, partial or total goodwill approach, concept of reverse acquisition, demerger, Ind AS 103 versus Ind AS 110. 2. Analytical theory with basic math, computation of control, acquisition date. 3. Problems. Computation of consideration, computation of goodwill or NCI, refer Ind AS 110, equity method of accounting, journal entry questions, demerger, question on acquisition or CCT, AX and BX limited, question with consideration option, PPA, etc.
Purchase price allocation. So these are the kind of questions which can be asked in 103, and 103 variety questions irutte. 5 marks ge 10 marks ge common. Yeah. Yes, 14 alla beta. So next 105. Non-current asset held for sale is a balance sheet related discontinued operations P&L. Non-current asset held for sale. Ili barutte Vishnuta?
Current assets. Other current assets.
Current assets.
Current assets and other current assets. This is P&L account. Non-current asset held for sale. Okay. It is intended for whatever purpose. It is extremely important is what is excluded from here. This is a by heart part. India's 12. If a deferred tax asset is a non-current asset, which will never come under 105. Employee benefit, 41 agriculture related, none of this will come into picture. NCA measurement, already I quoted in starting a fair value less cost to sell or carrying amount, whichever is less. And once you set aside as a held for sale, you cannot charge depreciation. Depreciation cannot be charged. This is about the first part of the definition, measurement I thought. Then, how do I know? Very, very important, extremely important. It is NCA classified for sale. It should be available for sale in the present condition, extremely crucial. And its carrying amount should be capable of recovering principally through the sale the existing carrying amount. And it's highly probable that you are able to recover. I repeat, non-current asset held for sale. Suppose today one plant is having a carrying amount of 10 lakh. By selling the sale, the 10 lakh can be reasonably recovered. If that is the case, it's called non-current asset held for sale, and sale is highly probable. How do you know sale is highly probable? If the following 6 conditions are satisfied. MP, BOC. Yaudu, management is committed to sell. Then buyer has been identified, or active program is there. Then sale price should be reasonably able to recover its current fair value. Sale is expected to be done within 1 year. That's why it is a current Vishnutarao. Then significant changes are unlikely. Anna or Akavre. Significant changes are stop property. Andre changes Madodilla. Machinery and other condition. ಈಗ car ಯಾವುದೊಂದು ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಗುಜರಿ condition, same condition you are able to sell. So these conditions have to be by hearted. ಯಾರು?
ನಾನು.
Five conditions. So disposal group is nothing but one of the units. So non-current asset available for sale include disposal group for all practical purpose. Chandan, disposal group or CGU or non-current held for sale, treat it absolutely same. Discontinued operations. So it is basically SSS. It is separate major line of activity with a single coordinated plan or subsidy acquired exclusive to resale. All these things will be considered as a discontinued operation. Discontinued operations are part 2 only on the face of the P&L. Okay, you have to show with the profit you have to disclose.
Yes, sir.
These are balance sheet related, these are P&L related. You are able to recall?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Not it.
ಯಾವುದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀಗ ನಾವು just now?
105.
104 ಏನು?
Insurance
Insurance contract.
106 ಏನು?
Exploration.
Evaluation of mineral rights.
Exploration.
107 comes along with 109. That's why 107 is not here. ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 108 extremely important, easy standard. ಬೋರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
No, sir.
ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. At least 100 series ಮುಗಿಸೋಣ. So objective of this operating segment is to ensure that you don't your evaluation of the profit is not incorrect. So that's why we go for operating segment. So there is a function called CODM. CODM is not a position; it is a function. Function where E will be it is a function, it is not a title of there. So CODM decides what is the reportable segment. There are 3 criteria. More than or equal to, again equal to the 10% criteria of total revenue, total of profit or total of losses, whichever is higher in
Absolute.
or total of assets excluding what? Vinci? income tax and fixed.
Taxation.
If one of the condition is satisfied, it is called reportable segment. Once it is a reportable segment as per 10% criteria, it is reportable segment compulsorily for next year. Irrespective of whether next year it is satisfied or not. Nivedita, recall criteria?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And minimum 75% external revenue should be covered. I gave an example here saying that assuming there are 20 units with 5% each business, 20 into 5%, none of them are 10%. That means LBW2 108 agreement. That's why at least 75% external revenue should be covered in the reportable segment. After that, you have a management choice. Okay. So management choice, if you want to, so any new business also can be shown. Examples ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Total of the revenue, total of the result, total assets. Once covered here, you don't have to check here. Okay. Additionally, identify right. Either you can aggregate, so CSS. So if the segments can be aggregated, Yavaga, if they're consistent with core principle, similar economic factors, and have a same nature of customers, distribution channel, etc. Then business segment, geographical segment, where the risk reward criteria, that's fine. And segment reporting only one normally asked that 10% criteria. Presentation of the balance sheet of a P&L. Same format of the P&L balance sheet. You have to present. One kade barkon bidi, what page bookali. Schedule 3 format. Kanisha. ಕನಿಷ್ಠ ಪಕ್ಷ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಊಟ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ನೀನು ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೆ ಸೊ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅದು
Schedule 3
format.
to be followed as it is or with reasonable additions. Some extra additions of the minus. Number 1, CFS. Yavadu CFS, 110.
Yes, sir.
Next. 103, absorption, etc. Next. Schedule 3 as such. After rectification. Next, 109 disclosure and presentation, where all these financial instruments will come on top. Next, 108 operating segment in those same rotate other main item dash only main items with certain geographical and other capital commitment information. Then part the idea. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 4 ಲೈನ್ ಬಿಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ನೋಡೋಣ ಎಸ್ 109 ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರೂಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬೆಟರ್ ಗೋ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ರೈಸ್ ಟು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಒನ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ liability equity for other entity. So you are talking about PPE and intangible assets, none of them are financial instrument. Yake? I have a building. That's it. I have a building.
Yes, sir. There is no liability.
That's it. I'm stupid and I'm right. I have invested in Nikita Limited share. I have investment. She has a share capital. That means one man's asset is the other woman's equity.
Equity.
Financial instrument. I have sold goods to Harshita.
Receivable.
Financial instrument. So beautiful.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It's the best table of the balance sheet. So which you have to go through. Prepaid expenses cannot be. So yaudella alla investment property cannot be. Otherwise, everything else, equity shares investment, debentures, etc. DTA cannot be. Stock cannot be. Debtors, all these things can be deposits in the bank. For you, it is an asset, for them, it is a liability. Prepaid expense, barodula. Same way on the liability side, share capital baratte, debentures baratte, all the loans, payables baratte, deferred tax asset and deferred tax liability barodilla. trade payable, etc. But the derivatives, normally again, derivatives AFM in the copy ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Derivatives are the instrument which derives its value from a
Value from its
Underlying
underlying.
asset.
underlying asset. Underlying asset. Very good. Next. So the varieties of question in 109 can be Ambade, Godi Baji, Baji, Ambade.
Embedded derivative.
Embedded
derivatives.
What is embedded derivative? What is embedded derivative? ನಾನು ಹೇಳ ಅಪ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಂಬೆಡೆಡ್ ಡಿರೈವೇಟಿವ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳು ಹರ್ಷಿತಾ ಮಡ್ಕೋ.
Sir, substance over form ತಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ in the transaction there are some there are transactions in the nature of derivatives included ಅಂತ ಹಾಗೇನೋ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
Sir, when there is a sale or purchase transaction, along with the sale or purchase, the currency.
ಅಖಿಲ
Sir, they're entering into the second transaction, sir. That is what you call the embedded transaction.
multiple arrangements you are trying to say.
Yes, sir. Multiple arrangements with respect to currency, they are entering into the contract along with the sale and purchase. So it is called embedded derivative.
Okay. Then anybody else?
That is not the only.
ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ದೇವರು. Embedded derivative is a financial instrument. 109 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ it's a financial instrument that is a part of another contract. Embedded ಅಂದ್ರೆ it's in English word, it is included. Embedded andre included. It is a part of what, Chaitra? Another contract. Say debentures, bonds, loan, insurance policies. It influences the cash flows just like a derivative. Example, debenture is an underlying asset. Whereas embedded derivative can be derived based on debenture interest rate.
Can be derived based on
Debenture ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ್ರ debenture interest rates. They are also called hybrid securities, which is including something else ಅಂತ. Embedded ಅಂದ್ರೆ include something, embroidery ಅಲ್ಲ.
Sir, it's like fixed interest rate changing to floating interest rate.
Yes, variable, volume. Yeah. So what is what I said? They're also called hybrid
securities.
Securities.
hybrid securities. ಸಾಕು, embedded derivative ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು, derivative ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸಾಕು. ಸೊ embedded derivative ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ splitting debt and equity component, very commonly asked question. Okay, ಅದು very simple. Debt ಅನ್ನ interest rate ತಗೊಂಡು convert into present value, that is the debt component, balance is equity component. Okay, equity component, that is the objective of this standard. So financial instrument presentation, big one, presentation. How do you present? So fair value through P&L, fair value through OCA, other comprehensive income. It can be shown, and it has a huge impact on the balance sheet. Schedule 3 part 1. Every side heading ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಯಾವುದು non current asset as a financial asset, Non-current asset, financial asset. Non-current liability, current liability. Everywhere on the face of the balance sheet, financial asset. And other ITL, investment, trade receivable, then loans. Liability suddenly borrowings, trade payable, loans. Everything can be what you call has to be presented on the face as a separate line item because financial instruments are the guiding factors of today's international market. In the financial market, financial instruments are the guiding principle. That's why if you look at the balance sheet, every major item there is a financial instrument. Non-current asset is the financial instrument, financial asset. Current asset is the financial asset. Under financial asset again subheading investments in both trade receivable in both loan. Cash and bank also is a financial instrument. Cash and bank. Okay. So the currency related transaction also can be financial instrument. That's why presentation is very crucial. So India 32 gets simple write about effort fair value through OCI, fair value through P&L, and schedule 3 formation. Other ಬಗ್ಗೆ full query ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು.
Amortize first.
Yeah. Then 107 is about disclosure requirement. Disclosure again is mainly in the notes to account, how you disclose different categories, how do you classify the financial assets, so are they investments, trade receivable, loan, individual items are not disclosed. 107. Risk factors related to financial instrument also. Hedge accounting. What is hedge accounting? Bajigutti?
Hedging the risk.
Covering the risk. So covering the risk is called hedge, HEDGE. Nothing but covering the risk. Through the financial instrument, what are the modalities you have for covering the risk? That's all covered under India's or not. 110 CFS. Initial story, I'll not get into that because we have discussed length and breadth. So CFS includes CBS, CPL, CCFS, CSOC, and C notes to account. Notes to account should be based on the group's materiality. There are 100 subsidiaries. So all 100 subsidiaries is 100 pages of notes to account into 100. 10,000 page notes to accounts you cannot give. Group's materiality mele you have to do it. So consolidated balance sheet 6 plus 2 steps. Step 1, determination, compulsory question. First question, determination of shareholding patterns. Consider number of equity shares in subsidiary company, 2 RMRs, H limited, NCI, ratio, ... face value x1, ... face value x2. I hope you are recalling. Bonus impact ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Either everything pre-bonus or everything after bonus you are supposed to consider. Okay. Don't compare Pushpa. One is pre-bonus, one is a post-bonus. You are not supposed to compare the same. Next. Step 2. Other equity of subsidiary balance sheet as it is. 2 RMRs. Pre-acquisition. So opening balance of all business surplus plus current year profit till the date of acquisition. First 31st March acquire ಆದರೆ everything is a pre-acquisition. Everything is a pre-acquisition. Whereas 1st April acquisition ಆಗಿ 31st March if they are asking CBS, current year entire profit is a post-acquisition. Post-acquisition can be 6 months, it can be 10 years also. Because I acquire on 1st October 23. Consolidation is on 31st March 2033. So that is called post-acquisition. Pre-acquisition, opening, current year profit, less total dividend from the pre-acquisition, less total bonus shares, minus ಮಾಡಿ 2 RMRs, A1, A2, red ink and blue ink, visualize ಮಾಡಿ. Right side, post-acquisition, from the date of acquisition till date of reporting, whatever the profit, general reserve increase separately Chandan, P&L increase separately Chandan. Then from the P&L, less depreciation on revaluation if any. Number 2, upstream approach ಅಲ್ಲಿ unrealized profit ಅನ್ನು minus ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Differential amount, whatever you get, 2 RMRs, Deepak, greening double box B1, right side, which non-controlling interest. Santu idana, Santosh, excuse me, illa, irli. Next, step 2A, bonus shares. Whatever you deducted in the left side, Unnamalai, LHS, total bonus shares, ಇಲ್ಲಿ step 2A ಬರ್ರಿ, 2 RMRs, C1, C2. Next, step 2B, revaluation. I'll be careful about the dates. 31st March, 1st October. So at the beginning, the value is 100 lakh. At the end, it is 90 lakh. That means 10% depreciation they charge. That means 1st October, whenever the acquisition takes place, its book value should have been 95 lakh. 100 lakh at the beginning. I think we all started today's day together. Rather, you people started later than me.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes.
I pity you, nothing beyond that. Okay. So, first April it is 100 lakh. 31st March is 90 lakh. Depreciation charge is 10 lakh.
In next.
Middle of the year is still better.
95 lakh. 95 lakh.
So 95 lakh. Today, if its value is 150 lakh, 55 lakh is the revaluation profit. ಎಷ್ಟು 55 lakh.
55 lakhs.
But depreciation ಮಾಡುವಾಗ 55 lakh ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. So what is the depreciation charge? First entire year 100 lakh into 10% should have been 10 lakh. Next half is to minus depreciation charge. Beautiful question. Question number 1 ಅಥವಾ 2 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. You have to solve that question. Step number 3, goodwill. Either partial goodwill ಅಥವಾ total goodwill depending on information given. Step number 4, NCI depends on step 3. If it is a full goodwill, NCI taken in step 3, add post-acquisition profit. If it is a partial goodwill, X2, A2, B2, C2, D2, ಅಥವಾ total equity of S Limited bin C into NCI stake ತಗೋಬೇಕು. Step number 5, intercompany owings. Debtors, creditors, BR, BP, loan given, loan taken, minus from both. Unrealized profit. So asset side, inventory the ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಿ. Liability side, if it is the upstream, step 2 minus product. If it is the downstream, deduct from the P&L account. One special problem, equipment sale ಆಗಿದೆ. Equipment was sold on 1st of January. Then you have to consider the profit on sale, 24 lakh worth of asset, same problem. 32 lakh is sale ಆಗಿದೆ, 8 lakh. Then 8 lakh ಮೇಲೆ they charged extra depreciation for 3 months. ಅದನ್ನ net ಮಾಡಿ 7.8 lakh is the unrealized profit. You are able to slightly recall that question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the 6 plus 2 steps. Then do the consolidation. Consolidation, H limited figure ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ತಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. As it is, you have to take it. Only subsidiary company balance sheet figures line by line add ಮಾಡಿ. Today morning also we did one concept. Equity share capital, other equity you should not consider. Everything else line by line and show NCA separate. Consolidate P&L account, line by line you have to add intercompany revenue transactions minus 1 point. Cash flow statement line by line add ಮಾಡಿ. Operating, investing, financing, intercompany transactions ಇದ್ರೆ minus 1 point. Different reporting dates ಇದ್ರೆ 31st March is H Limited, 31st December is S Limited. Option 1, estimate also you prepare on 31st March. But normally they don't give. 31st December to 31st March, whatever the significant transaction, double entry pass ಮಾಡಿ, restate the balance sheet of S Limited and then do the consolidation. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ decent ಆಗಿ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Page by page acquisition disposal ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Detail ಆಗಿದೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಚೈನ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಇಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು. Effective control, start with the least subsidiary in the chain, then same steps you would repeat for the previous subsidiary. Joint arrangements, today morning only we did that. So 111, joint venture for the benefit of our previous batch students. Oil pipeline, Ratan Kawat and Rian holding 60-40. Extracting the oil, so Unnamalai and Vinci holding 60-40. They are called jointly controlled asset and jointly controlled operations. So we do not have separate accounting for joint venture. In their respective book, add 40% of the asset liability income expense. That's called proportionate consolidation approach, Priyanka, as per Ind AS, Ayangari Nama,
111.
Joint venture is Chinmay and Harshita are venturers, okay, in a business, which is nothing but a partnership. The difference between partnership and joint venture is partnership only any one of them or some of them can be continuing the business as per the definition. Joint venture has to be by joint control.
Joint control.
How do you segregate joint arrangement and joint venture? If you are having right over individual asset and individual liability, that's called joint arrangement.
Operation.
Whereas if you are having a right over net assets of the company,
Total equity.
Total equity.
Sir, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ total equity.
Net asset ಹೇಳಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ total equity
Total
ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು.
equity.
Total equity.
That's called joint venture. India's you have to follow equity method. Equity method is nothing
20.
but capital. India's
28.
28.
India's 112 is just a disclosure requirement. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಟುಡೇ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್. 112 ಎಲ್ಲೋಯ್ತು? 112 ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದೊಂದು ಹಾಕಿ ತುಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡು. 112 ಈ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ಗೆ 112 disclosure requirement is about name of your subsidiary, joint venture, associate, what date, which country, which is the currency, foreign currency, functional currency, ಅದನ್ನು disclose ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Next, India's 113, extremely important. I started today with fair value. So it is 3 related. Fair value measurement. Definition of fair value is OMM. What is OMM? Orderly
Transactions.
participant measurement. Am I audible?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
So it talks about how to measure the fair value. When should I apply fair value? Concern standard will tell you. Say for example, India's 41 said fair value less cost to sell. India's 105 said carrying amount or fair value less cost to sell, whichever is less. So measurement is discussed here. Then 3 related. We also have 3 different techniques of fair value measurement. Either you can go by market value approach. Market value is comparable with other similar items, or you can go by the income approach, future cash flows, whatever. Then the last one is called cost approach. You can also compare your recoverable amount formula. Akila, recoverable amount is net selling price or value in use. These two are nothing but the same. Kanda, net selling price is nothing but market value approach. Value in use is nothing but income approach. Artha ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಮಗ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Fair value technique. MIC, MI ಗೆ ಸರ್ಕೊಡಿ. ರಿಕವರೇಬಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆರ್ತಿ.
Yes, sir.
20 ವರ್ಷ ಮೊದಲು ಸಿಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 50 ವರ್ಷ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಕವರೇಬಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರ್ರಿ, ಭಾರಿ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ರಿಕವರೇಬಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ನೆಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಎಂ. Next, value in use is nothing but income approach. Riyan Saldana, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯಾ?
Yes, sir.
Next, fair value hierarchy. Level 1 input is nothing but identical items. Level 2 is nothing but similar items. Level 3 is nothing but totally unrelated. You have to go by some other methods of computation. So 114 syllabus alilla. 115 extremely important again, last but one standard before the break. So 115 is basically about how do I recognize the revenue. Accrual is the most crucial. Nattu is the most important objective of the standard. Nattu andre nattu na bodu enjina nature
Amount and uncertainty of
principle of India's 115 is when should I recognize the revenue? When there is a consideration for exchange of goods. This idea is urgent is. So no recognition when there is a free transaction. Next, risk and reward athava control is the factor. Recognition of revenue, the definition is extremely important. Revenue means income which increases your economic benefit, either increases the asset or decreases the liability, that result in the change in the equity other than by contribution by equity participants, which is arising in the ordinary course. Definition has to be word by word ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. Yeah. Word by word. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. Contribution from equity participant not an income. Everything else is a revenue. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಕುಯ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Yeah. And ಟೈಟಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ revenue from contract with the customers. ಅದನ್ನ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Core principle are COPER. Identify the contract. Identify separate performance obligation. Determine the transaction price P. Allocate the transaction price. This is one of the commonly asked question. So AC. ಸೇಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡೋದು ಅದು ಎ ಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎ ಸಿಗೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ದ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ವೆನ್ ದ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್. ಸೊ ಐದರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಆನ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೊಪೋರ್ಷನೇಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ದೆನ್ ದರ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಎಟ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಹೌ ಡು ಐ ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್? ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಬೈ ಎ ಸಿ ಆರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಸಿ ಆರ್? Adjusted market price approach, cost plus approach, ಅಥವಾ ರೆಸಿಡ್ಯೂಯಲ್ ಹಳೆ ಗಂಡನ ಪಾದ. Progressive completion ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ either input approach you can go by. Input approach is POCM, fast completion, or you can go by output approach. 3 floors construction ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 2 floors ಆಗಿದೆ output approach. And copper conditions into contract modification, extremely important. Okay, so whenever there is say na to na, say that is the change in scope approved by the management and customer, and it's enforceable. That's the modification. Otherwise, it may be a separate contract. Individually, you have to recognize the same. So either you can, modification can be either as a separate contract you can recognize, Vishnuta, ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಎರಡನ್ನ ಮರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರ ಎವರೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು?
Average pricing.
ಅವರೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಿಂಗ್. 20 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. 60 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಗತಿ ಏನು? ನಿಮ್ದು ಮತಿ ಈ ತರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಲ್ವೇನ್ರ? ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ extremely important again. You have to segregate each component based on the fair value and identify the revenue. ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡೆ ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ವೋಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಅದರ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿ. ವಾರಂಟಿ is for repairs, warranty is for Vishwata's marriage.
Yes, sir.
Replacements.
ನೋಡಿ, so now Vishwata is replaced by Satyajit.
All of us will go.
All of you will go.
For
I will not invite few.
Even if you don't invite, also will come.
No, auntie, I will invite you.
Okay. Thank you. Done.
But
There is one saying.
You insult her and invite you. So auntie, why you call Vinci auntie? Why you
How
call
it is fair then calling me auntie?
So how you can see Vinci girl you are calling auntie and Aarti Ajji you are calling auntie? How is it logical?
Sir, Ajji is site Tejaswini, sir.
Fair value 113 is not happening. Measurement is not happening.
Sir, fair value measurement, Ajji is site Tejaswini.
Sir, perfect. Ajji is Aarti. Halliro Ajji.
ಅದು ಶುಂಠಿ, ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಶುಂಠಿ, ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ ಜಿಂಜರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ. ಚೈತ್ರ, ಓ ಚೈತ್ರ, ಅವಳ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸೋಣ. ಚೈತ್ರ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಅಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗೋಣ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಹೋಗೋಣ, ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರೋಣ ಓದಕ್ಕೆ. ಬರ್ತೀರಿ? ಅವಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ಲು, ಆದಿತ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಲು, ಚೈತ್ರನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋಣ ಸರ್, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅವ್ಳು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ.
ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಸರ್.
ಅದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲದಿರೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಟೆಟಿ ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಏನೋ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಡ್ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಗ್ನೋರ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಎಲೋಕೇಟಿಂಗ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಕೋಪರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Then control is also the word used here. Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲ್ರು. The term control, you have to control yourself and write. Control is directly used in small a 103, small b 110, small c 115. ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಮಿಡ್ಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಹೇಳ್ರು.
Leases 116 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
116 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ?
ಅದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುವಾಗ ಅದು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುವಾಗ
I remember the concept. I am not able to put it in words.
ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುವಾಗ Vinci said she will come and witness it. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನೀನು ಕೊಡುವಾಗ she confirmed she will come. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾರು? ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
Sir, but ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ leases ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹಂಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. there is no issue. Okay, right. Contract accounting you have to go by POCM. Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ disclosure in the balance sheet question ಕೇಳೋರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ whenever there is a transitional provision, either you can go by full retrospective effect ಅಥವಾ modified retrospective effect ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Repurchase agreement extremely important. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು? repurchase agreement, sale and repurchase, sale and repurchase agreement. So does it lead to revenue or does it lead to financial arrangement?
Financial arrangement.
So it's normally financial arrangement. It can be either forward option, entity's obligation to repurchase, call option, entity's right to repurchase, is obligation right. Put option is entity's obligation at the request of customer. So that will be lease accounting and ಬರುತ್ತೆ 116 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ
116.
And normally sale and repurchase is a financial arrangement. Financial component has to be recognized separate. 116. Sale and lease back also 115 with 116. Seller becomes the lessee, buyer becomes the lessor. So accounting has to be done, okay, based on the respective. In the books of lessor, operating lease of the finance lease concept, lessee book ಅಲ್ಲಿ ROE concept ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Service concession agreement. So sale repurchase ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. Sale and repurchase is a financial arrangement. Service concession agreement are special cases of your toll roads.
BOT,
BOT, bolt, they all come under service concession agreement. Okay, BOT, bolt, etc. Illi for service concession agreement, 115, 16, 38, 109, all the standards will come. Extremely important. Disclosure, campus. Yes, last standard under 1100 series. Again, extremely important, lengthy standard. Lease definition. Lease is or contains the lease. That's the definition. Either it is a lease or it contains the lease. So there are some exclusive lease transaction. Or there can be a lease transaction which contains something else. Whichever is exclusively covered in the other standard won't be covered in the 116. Then lessee can elect not to apply only recognition criteria. Entire standard either short-term leases, that is less than 12 months, or low value. If the value is very, very low, you can also elect not to apply recognition criteria. You have to segregate the lease and lessor point. Lessor point of view, same like AS 19. There is the operating lease. Shetty sir, Shamiana, now Vishruta's marriage. Vinci you have to come. So Shetty sir is the lessor. So Vishruta is the lessee. Shetty sir is a fixed asset. PPE, I can only claim a depreciation kupa. Whereas Vishruta, Madhyaito, word of Tyradaste. So rent is paid as an expenses. Whereas finance lease, lesser book, I am Tata Motors, I am selling the car to Suparna. So on a lease, finance lease, where 50 lakh is normally the cash price. Since I am giving her 5 years, I may collect 60 lakh over 5 years. 60 lakh converted to today's value. Present value of the gross investment is sales immediately. Balance amount is unknown finance income to be amortized over the lease period or a reducing balance. Lessee point of view, there is no such concept of operating and finance lease. It is only ROUA, right of use asset is equal to present value of minimum lease payment plus direct expenses if any, plus incidental expense if any, plus down payment if any, plus decommissioning cost after certain years at today's value minus any grant received. This is the ROUA. Minimum lease payment is whatever the lease rentals you pay plus residual value what you are supposed to pay, other than convert to today's value. So present value is the sale value. Balance is called lesser income, lessee expense. Interest is always on time proportionate basis. And ROU is extremely important. And the modification of lease, 3-step approach. Modification of lease, first 10 years lease first kind of question. 7th year extending it by another 4 years. So first, originally what is the lease? So 7th year beginning, what is the liability? Next, second step is, so if I would have continued with the original condition, what is the lease liability? Because of the modified liability, what is the present value? Differential amount has to be either added or deducted to the ROUA, and lease liability also has to be registered. So second kind of question is similar in nature. 10,000 square feet building given, you bring it down to 5,000 square feet. Athava, third one is both. 10 years term has been brought down to 6 years. 5,000 square feet brought down to 3,000 square feet. All problems class marks. This question. Modification of lease, highly expected question. Including today's exam. Next, and for lease, interest rate implicit has to be pointed out. There is nothing but IRR. If that is not available, interest rate implicit take the lessee's
incremental borrowing cost.
Incremental borrowing rate. There is nothing but marginal cost. Sale and lease back already cover discussion lessee. Yes. So now one series are easy standards. It will take another half an hour to 40 minutes. So do you want a 5-minute break or 10-minute break?
Sir, we want time to study.
10 minutes, sir. 10 to 15 minutes.
So we will give a break of 7 minutes. 35 sharp, I'll start whether you come or not.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Let us consistently follow. If I'm little successful in my life, little, it's all because of the consistency which I follow, including routine. ಏನು ಕಾರ್ಪೆಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to buy one car.
ಯಾವ ಕಾರ್?
Mercedes Benz.
ಯಾವ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ?
ಯಾವ್ದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಡಿ.
ಯಾವ್ದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ನಾವೇನು ಹಾಳಾಗಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್, ಬೆಸ್ಟ್.
ಬಜೆಟ್ ಉಂಟು, ಸ್ಟೈಪಂಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sir. Happy birthday to you.
ರಾಜಕೀಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ವಿಳಂಬ ತಾಂಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೈಟು ಒಂದ್ 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ಎಟ್ನಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ನೋಡೋಣ ಈಗ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ
ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಯಾಗ್ರಾಜ್ ಮಹಾಕುಂಭ 2025. ವಾವ್, ವಾಟ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ದೇವರದಿಂದ 100 ದಿನ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋದು. 50 crore plus people are coming and having a dip in the ತ್ರಿವೇಣಿ ಸಂಗಮ. ವಾವ್. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್, ಯಾರು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಬರೋದು ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ನನ್ಗಂತೂ
Yes, sir.
ಇಲ್ಲ. Yes. A very simple suggestion given by the great. Close the app only. First, Alva. Yes. So let us quickly go through other standards. India's one. Ready? All of you are back?
Yes,
sir.
Yes. Presentation of financial statement. There is nothing but Schedule 3 what I discussed at the beginning. So there may be 5 mark theory question. Almost every alternate exam on India's one connecting to other stands. So any of these points are connect ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡಿ. Recent one of the class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. So general feature first is GAC, going concern equivalent consistency are the fundamental accounting assumptions.
PSM.
ಮತ್ತೆ PSM.
PSM.
Students substance or format materiality. ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಸಿ ಏನೋ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಂತ. ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ PCF ಇರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅದರ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಇದೆ. ರೈಟ್. ಇಂಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್, one of the easiest but very important standard again. Inventories are assets. First point. Assets are RPE, resource based on the past event, yielding what? Vishwata?
Future economic benefit.
Barkole Vishwata. Next. By the order. So the inventory definition, current asset definition for Schedule 3 is ITC. Barkole. Current asset definition, ITC. Explain inventory, trade receivable, then cash and cash flow. Whereas inventory definition is asset B, finished goods, WIP, raw material. Orderly then. Inventory, you know, finished goods, WIP, raw material order. ಬರೆಯೋದ ಮುಕ್ಕೋದ ತಿನ್ನೋದ ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ. ಗೋವಾಕ್ಕಂತೂ ಬರಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಮುಕ್ಕಾಡು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅವನ ಅಚ್ಯುತ್ ರಾಯ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗಿ ತಿನ್ನಕ್ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೊಗ್ಗಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಮೊಗ್ಗಿ ಇವ್ನು ತಿಂತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ನಂಬರಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಮ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟ್ರಿ is normally valued at cost or NRV, whichever is less. Cost for this purpose I told you to connect it to cost sheet. Cost sheet ಅಲ್ಲಿ so direct material, direct labor, direct expense plus factory overhead, O&D overhead related to production. Till that stage you have to consider. So that cost or NRV, selling price minus estimate selling expenses. If it is a working product minus estimate cost of completion, you minus ಮಾಡಿ differential amount whichever is less. So cost or NRV whichever is less you are supposed to follow. Raw material you are valuing normally at cost. However, NRV of both finished goods and raw material are lesser. Then even raw material has to be brought down to NRV. Here, Uma, NRV can be, replacement can be considered as a NRV. Okay, right. Next. Inventory is an error figure and not a derived figure. Ruchi can work on it. Next. So, right. Cost of definition, cost formula. When the goods are normally not interchangeable, Yaudo, Chandan's jeans pant,
Specific identification method.
LC for weighted average. Techniques are standard cost of retailer price method. Factory overhead bar, Chandan, production overhead related to, administration overhead related to production. Variable overheads are always based on actual production, whereas fixed overhead, when the actual production is more, based on the actual production, otherwise based on the normal production. Joint product by product ಬಗ್ಗೆ recent ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Joint products, joint cost ಅನ್ನು apportion ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Normally sale value, okay, is the apportionment basis. But a by product, if they are substantially high value, treat it like a joint product. Otherwise, they are scrap. It has to be reduced from the cost. Excellent. Next, ಇಲ್ಲಿ middle ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಸ್ 2 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ 3-4 ಏನಾಯ್ತು? 3-4 ಅಲ್ಲಿ IFRS ಬಂತಲ್ಲ ಉಮಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ವಾಸು ಇಂಡಿಯಸ್ 7 statement of cash flows. Today morning only we discussed. Anything related to fixed asset, investments other than cash equivalent, FDs is investing activity. Anything related to share capital, premium and loans is called financing activity. That's a interest paid, dividend paid is financing. Interest received, dividend received is investing. Whereas banking and financial institutions, these investments as well as loans, everything RT will become
Operating activities.
RT.
Yes, sir.
RT. Oh, RT.
Sir, I'm here only.
Then anything related to current assets, P&L account, current liability is called operating activity. And even DTA, DTL. Okay, for me, even though it is a non-current classification, it is actually operating activity. Investments being cash equivalent, cash and bank are shown at the end of the CFS. Operating cash flows are presented either under direct or indirect, whereas everything else is only under direct. Reconciliation has to be done with the Ind AS 21. Direct method, indirect method, presentation. Beautiful question is there. Somebody revision meter. So direct method is receipt to payment only for operating. Whereas indirect method is start with the P&L. Ali again use your brain. If you are starting with the net profit as per P&L, P&L with the above the line item ಮಾತ್ರ add ಅಥವಾ less. Debit ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ add ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, credit ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ deduct ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಚ್ಯುತ್ ಬಂದ ಕಡೆ ಇಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. Next, whereas if it is a P&L balance comparison, you are comparing closing balance with the opening balance. You have to add back appropriation items also, then P&L account items also. Other item note one. Are you listening? Anybody is listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't look like. Yeah, fine. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So, Ind AS 8, accounting policies are discussed in detail. Every standard in the main crux is accounting policy. FIFO or weighted average is an accounting policy. Cost or NRV chimai, whichever is less, gold on kotra, then simple stage mele. Cost or NRV whichever is less. Then change in accounting estimate. Accounting estimate change matra. Errors. Your errors covers you also. Sorry.
Prior period.
Prior period.
Prior period.
No, fraud. Prior period, you very old. Oberyn called out. So frauds are also covered up the So the accounting policy discussed in detail. There is no extraordinary item here. Any change in accounting policy has to be retrospective effect. So either full retrospective or modified retrospective effect as per Ind AS 8 itself. Whereas accounting estimate always prospective. Related to PP and intangible asset, it is always a prospect. That is accounting policy or accounting estimate. Aita means Muki.
Yes.
Good. Next. So accounting standards are 5 P's. Yav 5 P's, green peas, batani, katla.
Principles, policies, and practices followed for preparing and presenting financial statements.
The budget discussion detail extra information you can contact the side issue. So accounting policy specifically, accounting estimate prospective. Errors definition is very crucial. Aarti aunty will read. Aarti read. She will ask, I missed something 25 years back. That's why I became Mrs. Auntie Rodi. I missed.
Sir, reading, sir, use screen.
Textbook maridare, sir. 100%.
Copy nahi illa.
Odi, idana.
Yes, sir. It deals with accounting policies, change in accounting estimate, errors. Sir, I will read that, sir. Errors only I have to read.
Read errors.
Errors. Prior period errors are omissions from.
Sai Tejaswini, errors anta helidu, sir. Read anta helilla. I will only read.
Errors aniddu. Thoughts anna ನೀವು ಓದಬೇಕು. Errors anna ನಾನೇ ಓದಬೇಕು.
Class ಮುಗಿಸಬೇಕು.
Prior period errors are omissions from and misstatements in one or more prior period financials arising from failure to use or misuse of reliable information. 2 arrow marks. Was available when financial statements were approved for issue, could reasonably be expected and taken into account while preparation and presentation of
errors includes either omitting something or misstatement. Frauds are also covered. Okay. Fair enough. Retrospective, either you can go with the retrospective application or retrospective restatement. Retrospective application, they apply the standard as if it was applied from the beginning. Restating the financial statements. Yes. Ind AS 10. Reporting date is 31st March. Financial statements are approved on 30th June. In between the transaction happens, it can be either adjusting event or non-adjusting. Adjusting is based on the accrual. On 31st March, if conditions existing in there, then it is adjusting, go back and pass the entry. Non-adjusting on there, you have to disclose the same in the Board of Directors report. Ind AS 12, one more important standard. So accounting as well as taxation, laws may not go hand in hand. So the differences are 2 RMRs. Permanent differences are identified and excluded from Ind AS 12. Temporary differences are difference arising in one accounting period, which gets reversed in one or more accounting period. That is called temporary differences. It can be either taxable
temporary difference or deductible temporary difference.
So you are now student of accounts. Be loyal to your husband or wife as the case may be. Accounts carrying amount minus tax base. Carrying amount and the amount in the books of account. So original cost minus accumulated depreciation minus accumulated impairment summa. Carrying amount, let's say 100 lakh minus tax base is nothing but WDV. Fatima also woke up. So tax base WDV, let's say 80 lakh. 100 minus 80, 20 lakh positive bandre. That is a debit balance. That means you have to go for deferred tax liability. There is a taxable temporary differences. Negative bandre, it is a credit balance. You have to create deferred taxes. So 100 minus 80, carrying amount minus tax base. Carrying amount is the starting point. whether the impairment, whether this one also. Somewhere ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Yeah, ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Carrying ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, carrying amount, Vinci. What Vinci? Huh? Someone calls you auntie, you say you are carrying, what are you talking? Huh? Carrying knowledge, ma. Carrying knowledge.
Chandana auntie is carrying, sir.
Vinci, carrying.
Chandana.
Hey, publicly live.
Chandana. ಅವನನ್ನ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವರಿಡ್. ನಾವು ಈಗ ಗೋವಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾನ ಅವನು. ಇರ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ
ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ.
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ನನಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ RMRs. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬರೀ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು OC minus accumulated
depreciation minus impairment loss if any.
Minus accumulated depreciation / amortization. Minus accumulated impairment. Bhavya, Sneha, Nikita,
If any.
Unna, Annapurni, Darshita, Bharati. Bharati Hotla. Kailasa ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು. ಶಿವನ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬರಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ accumulated depreciation ಬಾರ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾಂಕಾ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೆ. amortization minus accumulated impairment if any. So RMRs, first one. India 16 bar 38. Supra. Carrying amount of the Supra. Alla ಕೆಳಗೆ when there is a revaluation, fair value substitute Supra. Carrying amount will become fair value. Clean. Second RMR. India is 12. Carrying amount minus tax base. Of assets. ನೀವು assets ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ assets. Liabilities ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿ within the bracket ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Asset ಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಫಿಗರ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ within the bracket ಕೊಟ್ಟು then ಸೇಮ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಷಿತಾ ಬಟ್ asset ಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ 100 minus 80. If it is a liability within the bracket 100 minus within the bracket 80 minus 100 plus 80 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ minus 20 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? LBM. For assets say 100 minus 80 20 debit balance. Create what? DTL. Deepak. Asset is a create ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೆಳಗೆ for liability ಉಮಾ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Within the bracket 100 minus within the bracket 80 minus into minus plus ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Is equal to what?
Minus 20.
Minus 20 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರ ಮಗ?
Create DTA.
ಎಲ್ರಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Yes, sir.
So simple. Next RMR. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನೋಡ್ ಹೌದು, ಏನಕ್ಕಂತ ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್, ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಫಿನಿಶ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿನ್ಸಿ? ಈಗ ವಿಶ್ರುತ gets a right boy for her marriage, inverted commas, hypothetically. Then life is complete. Next, Sai Tejaswini gets a wrong boy correctly, so for her marriage.
His life is finished.
Then his life is finished. Now, third one. Harshita and that boy, both of them get married wrongly. Their lives are completely finished. You know, completely finished. Arthaitalla? You remind me about that one longer joke and what is it called? Brahma creation at the end. Next.
Yes, sir.
So, next one, India's. What are the, which one you did now, right now? 12. Yes, 36.
Impairment.
RE. Carrying amount minus recoverable amount. Positive means impairment. Alle keಳಗೆ. Then revised carrying amount is equal to badkole.
Recoverable amount.
Recoverable amount.
41.
Next, 105. 105, 2 RMRs. Carrying amount or
fair value less cost to
Fair
sell.
Fair
less
value less cost to sell.
whichever is less. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ for Vinci, all of you write rating ಕಲ್ಲಿ. India's 41, no cost or carrying amount connected. Auntie, Akka, Aji. India's 41, no carrying amount bar cost connected. Box haki ಕೆಳಗೆ India's 41. Look at this. 1 hour back only we discussed that point. India's 41. All biological assets at what?
Fair value.
Less
Fair value.
cost to sell.
Less
So,
cost.
why the carrying amount? Carrying amount is never touched there. Vinci.
Yes, sir. Right.
Value less cost to sell. Time ಹೊಡ್ಕೋ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ. ಹಂಗೆ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಜ್ವರ ಹೊಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. You should feel it. Enough. Now don't remove the wig. Hey, Vinci has also fallen in line with caps. Look at this. This is such impact. Alone, Uma. Very power sustained. Kemi.
40 always at cost.
ನಾನು ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅವಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾರೆ ಬೇಡ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಕ್ಲೋಸ್. ಎಸ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅದೇ ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ DTL ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ. ಸೊ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆದ್ರೆ DTL, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆದ್ರೆ DTA ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಅಥವಾ DTL ಗೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರೀ DTL ಏನು save now, pay later. Shave now, pay later is called outstanding liability. That's DTL. Next, Pupa. Pay now, shave later.
PTA.
Pay now, shave later. Arti, you just pay. Gata barabar.
Yes, sir.
Pay now, save later. Dash.
Permanent.
PTA.
Then, Nagaraj?
Permanent difference, sir.
Permanent difference. Pay now, save later is DTA. ಕೆಳಗೆ DTA apply virtual certainty conditions. DTL ಇಲ್ಲ. And also ಅಲ್ಲಿ temporary differences can be originating ಅಥವಾ responding. Originating ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
Reversal.
Reasonably able to recall?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
You are a very good teacher then. Next.
Yes, sir. No doubt in that, sir.
High school math teacher ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So creation.
All the teachers.
DTL creator, DTA subject to some prudence. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಏನು?
Current tax deferred tax.
Plus or minus.
Plus or minus
Or
deferred tax.
detail.
And it is applicable to all kinds of taxes. Okay. Right. India 16, one more very big important. So asset is RP, inventory is asset, PP is tangible items. Barkolelon kade definitions. Current asset ITC. Ellaga barade alle bekare continue ಮಾಡಿ. Inventory is asset ... in the order of finished goods, WIP, raw material. You're understanding what I'm trying to go? The definition, sir.
Yes,
I said current asset is ITC, explaining inventory, trade, cash and cash over. Then inventory is what?
Assets.
Goods.
It's
Finished goods, work in progress, raw material.
progress and raw material.
Asset is what? RP. Yeah. Next, PP is tangible items. Tangible items in the order of plant
And property.
Plant is for manufacturing purpose. Property is for rental to other. Then equipment is administrative control. This is the order. NPDA.
Yes,
And for more than one period. Held for more than one period. Riyam Saldana. Next. PPS, intangible asset. You know. Ali non-monetary asset.
ICE.
Non-monetary Look at this word. Are you catching my flow? One
Yes.
asset definition. So intangible non-monetary asset.
Identifiable, non-monetary.
Identifiable non-monetary without physical substance. IN P. Atara. To make some notes of your own. Okay, na? Next PPE. Okay, L wherever asset ಬಂದಾಗ FEB ಮತ್ತೆ CMR ಬರಬೇಕು. Any asset ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Anything asset ಬಂದಾಗ CMR ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು?
Cost measured reliability.
Cost measured.
ಅದನ್ನೇ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. You have to keep ಬಡ್ಕೋಯಿಂಗ್. Who knows? Without studying also you may pass. Intermediate miracle ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ? So next FEB ಅಂದ್ರೆ
Future economic
benefit.
ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್. ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಆಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ FEB ಔಟ್ಫ್ಲೋ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲ ಔಟ್ಫ್ಲೋ. ಹೋಗಿ extremely important definition of cost of procurement, site preparation, installation, decommissioning cost, provisioning
present value
at present value. Excellent. Includes excludes ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್. PP is not applicable for biological asset other than the bearer plants. Extremely important. So that includes exclusion ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. Okay. So measurement is either cost model or fair value. Recognition FEB and CMR. Yeah, this is extremely important chart. PPE land ಬಗ್ಗೆ discussion, land ಗೆ apply ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. Excludes WBO. Waste ಗೆ asset ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ದೀಪಕ್, biological asset ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಉನ್ನ, other assets ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸುಪರ್ಣ. But it includes bearer plants. Bearer plants are the plants which are lasting for more than 12 months output. Fruits ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. But output of the bearer plants is not covered. Coconut tree can be a bearer plant. Coconut is not covered under Ind AS 60. And any PP used for developing and maintaining all this, like tractors, tillers, etc., are covered under this. Biological asset ಅಂದ್ರೆ living plant and animal.
They're living animal because plant is always living.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? So the living animal.
Otherwise it is sambar.
Otherwise it is
Sambar.
Lumber auntie.
Sambar. Vinci. Yo, come on, Vinci. Wow. Otherwise it is sambar. Very good. Excellent. Yes. Oh, wow. See, this Vinci also can be brought to this level. There's only Shetty sir can do it. Yes. Awesome.
Yes,
So bearer plant definition. Expected to produce more than 12 months. Agricultural producer. It will not be sold as a item unless it's for scrap purpose. Revaluation, I think all of you know this. Upward. Revaluation reserve rate ಮಾಡಿ, downward P and account. Upward, downward ಆದಾಗ, so whatever was created earlier, to the extent balance available, ಅಲ್ಲಿ wherever there is a subsequent depreciation ಮಾಡುವಾಗ, subsequent depreciation has to be charged to revaluation. ಅದೊಂದು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಟಕ್ಕ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದೊಂದು. WDV bar carrying amount box ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 15-20 minutes ಇರಲಿ energy. Yeah. So WDV bar carrying amount, don't deduct residual value. The nth time I'm telling this. Don't deduct residual value. Next, for depreciation, at every stage deduct residual value. Building cost 100, recovery. Building cost 100 lakh. Building actually ತಪ್ಪಾಗತ್ತೆ. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ residual value 10 lakh. Normally building residual value may not have much meaning. 10 lakh. Life 10 years, easy sake. Next line, depreciation.
100 lakh minus 10 lakh divided by 10.
10 years.
9 lakhs.
9 lakh.
100 lakh minus 10 lakh divided by 10 years is equal to 9 lakh.
9 lakh.
So after 6 years, carrying amount is equal to 100 original cost. Formula is 100 lakh minus
9 lakh into
9 lakh into 6 years. 54 lakh. 100 minus
36.
56, 46 lakh.
46 lakhs.
Residual value minus madadra?
Illa, sir.
Illa, sir.
Okay. At the beginning of 7th year, revalued at 80 lakh. 80 lakh. Revalued at 90 lakh, 90 lakh. And balance life expected to be 8 more years. Building account debit revaluation surplus.
44 lakh.
Building account debit revaluation surplus. 90 minus 40.
46.
90 minus 46. Correct?
44 lakh.
It equal to 44 lakh. Next. Depreciation prospectively. Prospective. Let's go, Chandan.
10 lakhs.
90 lakh minus revised carrying amount is 90 lakh.
Yes, sir.
Minus residual value miss ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಬರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸರ್ತಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರ್ರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಕ್ಯುಮಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಕ್ಯುಮಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಇಂಪೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಸಿಡುವಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ APJ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇದೀವಿ ನಾವು ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅದು ಸೊ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಏನೋ
Residual value.
Divided by life.
so the revalued figure is 90 lakh minus
10
lakh. Life 8 years.
90 lakh minus residual value 10 lakh.
10 divided by 8.
8 years.
8 more years.
8 lakh.
10 lakh.
10 lakhs.
10 lakh.
10 lakhs.
10 lakh per annum. 10 lakh per annum. 10 lakh per annum. Next, therefore, depreciation in the 7th year, depreciation entry in the 7th year. Revaluation surplus account debit. Use the brain. Surplus account debit. Estiralli
44 lakh.
44 lakh.
44 lakh divided by 8 years. Correct, Chandan? 44 lakh divided by
8 years.
5.5 lakh.
5.5 lakh. P&L account balance sheet figure. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ
4.5
4.5 lakh.
Sir.
5 lakh.
5 lakh.
5 lakh.
To accumulated depreciation bar building accumulated depreciation ಬರೀ accumulated depreciation account ಎಷ್ಟು
10 lakh.
10 lakhs.
10 lakh. At the end of 9th year, revaluation surplus balance.
Five point
46 ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದು
44.
44 lakh minus
5.5.
40 repeat ಮಾಡಿ ಚಂದನ್
44 lakh minus 44 lakh.
44 lakh minus depreciation ಎಷ್ಟು
5.5.
5.5 lakh.
5.5 lakh into 3 years ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ
16.5.
27.5. It's
7.5.
27.5 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ
90 lakh.
90 lakh minus accumulated depreciation 10 lakh into 3 years ಇರಬೇಕು
Yes, sir.
yes
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ
60 lakh.
60 lakhs.
60 lakh.
60 lakh ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ 5 more years ಗೆ ಸೊ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ 50 lakh depreciation plus 10 lakh residual value.
Yes, sir.
That way also you should do it because 10 lakh per annum ಆದ್ರೆ 10 lakh into 5 more years 14 years ಇರ್ತದ So 50 lakh plus residual value cannot be written off. It cannot be depreciated. Or very balance possible depreciation, 10 lakh into 5 more years. Good, you have maintained reasonable consistency till the end, at least those who are there. On 10-15 minutes, I'll conclude. 10 lakh into 5 more years plus residual value 10 lakh. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ
Yes, sir.
Here if it is revalued at 15 lakh, revaluation loss ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
27
lakh.
60 minus 60 ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir. 60
Yes,
lakh.
sir.
Divided by 60 lakh minus 15, 45 lakh.
45 lakh.
Entry ಏನು ಇದು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಟೈಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಗಲ್ಲ. It has a huge impact on multiple topics which are not observed. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಡೆಫರ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಓದಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಲೀರಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಚುಲಿ. ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಸರ್ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್
27.5 lakhs.
ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಿಗರ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರೋದಲ್ವಾ? ಸೋ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್.
Yes, sir.
27.5 ವಾಸು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ P&L ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್
17.5 lakhs.
17.5
to
Building accumulated depreciation.
building account, building revaluation loss, building accumulation ಅಲ್ಲ.
Yes, sir. Building.
2 building
45 lakh.
45
ನಾಗರಾಜ್ ಟೈಯ ಬುಸ್ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ. ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ accumulation, revaluation ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. 2 ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಲ್ಲೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋ ಹಾಕೋದಲ್ಲ. ಗರ್ಲ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಇಬ್ರು ಸೇಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ? 2
building 45.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದೊಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇದೆ ಹೇಳ್ರು ನಿಂದು ಚಂದಂದು ಜಾತಕ ಅಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲಜಿ ಎಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. 2 ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಎಷ್ಟದು ಗುರು?
45 lakh.
Depreciation ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ therefore depreciation in the future 15 divided by 5 more years ಎಷ್ಟು? 3. How many more years? 9 years ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ?
5 sir, 5 more years.
5 ಬರುತ್ತೆ depreciation 15 by 5.
Yes, 3 lakh.
ಟೈಯ ಓಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ
Residual value, sir.
ಓಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನೀವು ನಾಯಿ ಬಾಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಾಯಿ ಬಾಲ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪೈಪ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡಾಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇ. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನಂತೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ನನಗಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೀರೋ.
15 lakh minus 10 lakh divided by
ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ರೆಸಿಡ್ಯೂಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಯಾರು ತಿಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರಾ ನೀವು ಬಂದು?
1 lakh, sir.
ಇದೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ನೀವು ಕೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಒಬ್ಬ 4 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ, 3 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ 15 lakh
Residual value divided by
5 more
number
years.
of years.
1 lakh.
1 lakh per year.
Lakh per annum.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಿಮ್ಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿತ್ತು. ಅಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಡ್ 8 lakh, ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? 8 lakh minus
8 lakh.
8 lakh minus
Residual value will not be depreciated.
so residual value. See, if it is revalued figure only 8 lakh, how can the residual value be 10 lakh?
It will not be there.
So 8 minus 8, 0 divided by
0.
5 is 0.
Yes.
Artha aita? That should be the way. Yet they are not asked yet. They will not ask also by looking at the intelligence coming out from the data. Artha aita eldrigo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And component method of depreciation. Whenever there is an aircraft, okay, so different portion will be charged separately. Whenever the carrying amount is equal to or exceeding the residual value, or when it's set aside from the active usage, depreciation ceases. So immovable property for use in yourself, it is called a PPE. Rental to others also property that can be immovable investment property. So it is expected to be used for more than one period. India's 19 employee benefit. So employee benefit has got same ES 15 also has the same. Basically 2 plus 2. 2 is short-term termination benefit put together. Then long-term and retirement benefits put together. This is the way you should learn. So short-term benefits, but the termination. Short-term benefits are your salary. This entire 19 ಗೆ those who know income tax 17, 15, 16, 17, 17, 1, 17, 2, 73 definition ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Salary include wages, annuity, pension, gratuity. ಅದೇ ಇರೋದು. Okay. So short term are salary wages what you pay. Then termination, suddenly you decide. That's why accounting is normal accounting, PUC accounting, salary account to cash account, or payable. Whereas long-term benefits, which are going to pay after some years, or retirement benefits are also after some years. So there you have two RMRs. Defined contribution scheme, defined benefits scheme. So provident fund, I as an employer, my job is to provide 12% and forget it. I don't bother about what happens after. So it is like again normal salary accounting. PF account able to payable account or cash account. Whereas gratuity, so Sneha sticks for 6 years, Fatima sticks for 3 years, Vijay, Aditi leaves after 4 years, 9 months. How do I know? And you have to make a provision. Moment they stay for more than 5 years, payment of gratuity act of 1972, you have to make the provision from day one. How do I know they will be, how many employees will be there?
Actuaries.
You have to take the help of a younger brother of Yama. That's a Sai Tejaswini.
Actuary.
Okay. So actuarial valuation. Actuarial valuation, you have to take it, and he will tell based on the demography, age, gender, why woman lives for longer period. You ask him, he will tell.
Because she troubles men.
He's
because she troubles men, that's why she lives.
Because she doesn't have wives, Vishwata. Okay, that's the reason.
Right.
So based on that character, they will decide. So you have to take actuarial valuation. There is 7-step approach notes in your material. Just follow it. Ali, fair value computation is actually common sense control. Opening FD 100 lakh. I made another FD of 200 lakh, 300 lakh. I have withdrawn, let us say 140, 160 lakh. Closing balance sheet 160. But today's market value, the market linked FD, it is 175 lakh. So 15 lakh is the actuarial gain. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಚಂದನ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ, ಗ್ರಾಚ್ಯುಟಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಯೋಕೋಗೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ನೆನಪಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಲೆಸ್ ವಿಡ್ರಾವಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಅದೊಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಪೇಯ್ಡ್, ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬೈ ಹಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ 102. ಏನು
102.
ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Post employment by long term, you have to go by contribution plan. You see that is what the PF defined benefit plan is gratuity. Contribution plan, look at me. Short term benefits, termination benefit, but the defined contribution plan, all normal accounting, salary account to cash account, that's payable. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ you have to go by 7-step approach of actuarial valuation. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಮಗ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the disclosure requirement of Ind AS 24. ಯಾವುದು? ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಜರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಇದು 7-step. Second rank holder has made this notes. Next, Ind AS 20. First you have to see 41. If there is any government grant related to 41 agriculture, then you should come under agriculture. Everything else come under Ind AS 20. So it is just like AS 12. Illi capital approach is prohibited. Everything is a direct approach only. When there are the reasonable assurance that all the conditions will be satisfied and you will be receiving the same, you have to recognize the same one. And the government grants can be of 3 types. Government support can be of 3 types. Government grant. So government grant, they are accounted as well as disclosed. Government assistance are merely disclosed. Other benefits are not discussed in the financial statements. So for the purpose of accounting, revenue grants are taken to P&L account directly. Monetary grants, they are reduced from the fixed asset ಅಥವಾ deferred revenue approach follow ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Non-monetary grant, recognize the same at a nominal value, okay, and then fair valuation can be done. There is no concept called promoter's contribution now. Everything should go to the P&L account either immediately ಅಥವಾ deferred revenue grant concept. Loans, forgivable loans also can become income ಅಥವಾ interest-free loan ಅಥವಾ subsidized interest, that is also considered the government subsidy which has to be recognized to P&L account over a period. Refund of government grant, no more extraordinary item. Whatever accounting you have done, prospectively you have to reverse the same. Okay. Ind AS 21, effects of foreign exchange rates. Functional currency is the primary economic environment. Ali primary condition basically based on your selling price, SFO, selling price determination. Financial cash flows are generated. Operating retained. That is the functional currency determining factor. Then additional factors. Then any currency other than functional currency is called F&F. ಯಾವುದು? Foreign currency. where the financial statements are presented. And all exchange differences are normally taken to P&L account. FCTR, foreign currency translation reserve for foreign operations. As and when there is a disposal happening, that also should be transferred to P&L account. Recent ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು all monetary items reporting date ತಗೋಬೇಕು. Non-monetary items closing date ತಗೋಬೇಕು. PPA etc. You can take the historical date. Consolidation purpose, whenever there is a consolidation, share capital, equity, everything should be taken by using closing rate only. ಯಾವ rate?
Closing.
Next, India's 23, borrowing cost. Borrowing cost incidental to qualifying letter till it is ready to use, it has to be
Capitalized.
Borrowing cost means IFE, interest, finance charges in the case of lease. So lease ಅಲ್ಲಿ anything you pay, cash flow ದಲ್ಲಿ finance lease. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ financing cash flows. Then exchange difference ಇದೊಂದು question ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. So exchange differences, assuming I borrow from USA at 4% interest plus exchange loss, put together assuming it comes to 50,000. Hold on. Had I borrowed at the beginning, opening really, in Indian currency, SBI, assuming it would have come to 60,000, 50,000 or 60,000, whichever is less, is to 50,000. Entire amount to be taken as a borrowing cost. Nothing will go to India's 21. Whereas exchange interest cost is, let's say, 30,000. Exchange loss is 40,000. 30 plus 40, 70,000. Notional computation is 60,000. 70 or 60, whichever is less, is to 60,000. 60,000 will be considered India's
Borrowing cost.
balance. 20,000 will be taken.
21.
Yes.
You remember this? Extremely important, crucial calculation problem. IFE, acquisition, construction, and once it is ready to use, it has to be capitalized. And if there is a temporary investment made, the temporary investment income also has to be reduced from the borrowing cost. So specific borrowing as a state of market, generic borrowing as a weighted average cost. So suspension when the active development is interrupted, whereas cessation of borrowing cost when the asset is
Ready to use as per the
Ready to
management.
India's 24 related party. There are multiple times recently we did. Who is the related party? Control
Cash and
key managerial personnel related, 4 terms. Who is not a related party, you have to go through related party transaction, adana disclose ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Control based disclosure is must, whether or not there is a transaction. Significant influence disclose only when there is a
Transaction.
Don't disclose. Then we have in recent again, and transaction there may not be disclosure for the confidentiality reason. Separate financial statement whenever there is a holding subsidiary company come into picture. So together they are called CFS. Independently they are called separate financial statements. In the separate financial statement we normally follow cost method of accounting. Okay. Equity method can be followed only for associates. Okay. Associates. Investment in associate, even for the joint venture, which is not in the nature of joint arrangements, you have to follow equity method. Associate is anything between 20% to 50%, both inclusive. Less than 20% is normal investment. 20% to 50%, both inclusive. ಅದನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಟಕ್ ಅಂತ. ಅಪ್ಸಲ ಬರದಾಗಿದೆ. Less than 20% is normal. 20 to 50, both inclusive, is associate. Significant influence. More than 50% is called
holding subsidiary.
Associate ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡೋದು?
Equity method of accounting.
Equity partners capital account. Next, EPS, earning per share. I am not going very fast because recently ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು simple standards. So earning per share already we just discussed at the beginning. Part 2 ನಲ್ಲಿ end ಅಲ್ಲಿ for continuing operation, discontinued operation, discontinued and continuing, basic and diluted up is ತಗೋಬೇಕು. Basic EPS is percentage divided by weighted average number of shares. So then diluted EPS is basically when there is a conversion of debentures into equity shares, ESOP accounting, conversion of preference shares into equity shares. ESOP ಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಯಾವುದು ಆಡ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೈಲಿ ಡೈಲ್ಯೂಟಿವ್. ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ನೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಡ್ ದ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್. ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಡಿಡಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವೆನೆವರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ decrease in the EPS from the original, then it's called anti-dilutive. Continue. Moment it starts reversing, you have to go by, you should stop. Adike 2 table. First table you do whichever way you want. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೈಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯು ಟು ಶೋ ಇಟ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಮತ್ತೆ EPS ಮಾಡೋ ರೈಟ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಇದೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಥಿಯರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ಏನೇನೋ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರೀ ರೈಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಡೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ರೆಲೆವೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ರೈಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇದ್ದು ನಾವು ರೀಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ರೀಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇದ್ದು ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್. ಬೋನಸ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಗೆ ಡೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಫ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಡೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಸಿಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್. whereas if it is a pooling of interest method, as if it happened at the beginning of the current year, beginning of the last year, as if it happened at the beginning. So pooling of interest method, when you do the weighted average, 1st October agli, 1st December agli, 31st March agli, as if it has happened on 1st April, you have to consider for pooling of interest into EPS calculation. One more?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Disclosure same. Next, IFR. Whatever logic you applied for financial reporting, you have to do it for less than a year. That is called interim financial reporting. Either you can go for complete or condensed. Condensed is what is suggested here. Okay. And IFR as per SEBI, interim financial report is mainly P&L. Here you consider everything, balance sheet, P&L, cash flow statement, everything is considered. There are two views. Discrete view andre, each period is considered independent. Whereas integral view andre, total period anna divided by 4, whatever you do it. Income tax is a commonly asked question here. Income tax, capital gain separately for each quarter. All other income tax, total tax divided by total income into 100. That percentage you have to apply for the each quarter separately. Then Priya? Yes. One more very important standard, Kara. Odalala barutte. Sikkidalla tindu.
Adding amount minus.
Special Kara. CA, if it is greater than REA, CA minus REA is the impairment loss, which has to be debited to revaluation surplus if it exists. Adu illa andre P&L account. Valli barkolilla on kade. When revaluation surplus exists, small a, depreciation related to the same, debit. Small b, impairment loss, debit the same first. అర్థమైందా? Balance P&L account. Next. So impairment test is mandatory, but impairment may or may not be there. Carrying amount, recoverable amount. So carrying amount, fair value less cost to sell. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಈಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯೂಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಎವರ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ನೆನಪಿಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ರಿಕವರೇಬಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಎವರ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಬರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ದೇವರು whichever is higher. I don't know, 2 days notes whichever less ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. Fair value less cost to sell or value use whichever is higher in the world. ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ರಿಕವರೇಬಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಲೆಸ್ ಬರೋದು ಅಂತ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಅಪ್ರೆನ್ಸಿವ್. Recoverable amount is fair value less cost to sell or value in use. That is present value of future cash flows. Greening ಕಲ್ಲಿ whichever is higher. Rare case ಅಲ್ಲಿ whichever is higher use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. So CA minus RA, you will first debit it to revaluation surplus, etc. CGU nalli next alle barkoli. In CGU, first write off goodwill. Impairment loss on the first yavude write off madbeko visuta goodwill. CGU is the smallest identifiable unit which is independently generate the cash flows. Individually, when you are not able to do it, Coimbatore Annapurni, you have to do it for CGU. How do you know there is an impairment? A class nadita iruvaga ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್. ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾನ್ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್. ಸಿ ವಾವ್, ಶೆಟ್ರೆ ಅಮೇಜಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ಮೈ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ನಾನು ಈಗ ನೈಟ್ 11:30 ವರೆಗೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ನೀವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೂ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡೋದು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಐ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್, ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ ಇವತ್ತೋ ನಾಳೆನಾ ಅಂತ. ಇರ್ಲಿ ರೈಟ್. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆದಾಗ, ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆದಾಗ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಎಟ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ದರ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ರಿವರ್ಸಲ್. ವೆರಸ್ ಅದರ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ to the extent of recoverable amount. This is an important question. It is careful note. So reversal of impairment. So had there been no impairment earlier, what would have been the carrying amount? ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. It is recently one of the classes I did that inventory 100 or 90, whichever less is 90. Next year, if the NSP is net realizable value is 125, you cannot go to 125. You can bring it only up to 100. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇದೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. You have to take care of the same. Extremely important. You can bring it up to this amount. ಒಂದು 2-3 questions ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. India 37. Provision is a liability. LME. Provision is a liability of uncertainty. It's a liability measured with the future expected class, and it's a measured which involves outflow of cashes. Are there? Yeah.
Yes,
Liability is a present obligation which involves outflow of economic resources. So executory contract. Neither of the countries have done anything, or both the parties have done part of the job. That is called executory contract. India 37 ಅಲ್ಲಿ provision ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ unless it is a onerous contract. Onerous contracts are
loss making.
Loss contracts. They are basically loss contract. Yeah. Provision is a LTA. Liability of uncertain timing with the amount. 29 ಮತ್ತು 37 ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ obligating events can be LC, either legal obligation. So your marriage is registered, that is legal obligation. Constructive obligation, ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಕೇಸ್, construction. So that is a constructive. So both obligating events. So ಈಗ ಚಂದನ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ he has to marry that girl only. Why? Muniyamma, why? So even so Sheelavati Rupavati ವಿಷಯ ಅಲ್ಲ.
She loves Gujarati dance form.
Gujarati aunty ಅದರೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Right. Contingent. Possible obligation is always contingent. Present obligation which does not involve OA is a contingent liability. Assets are possible assets. So possible assets normally we do not consider the same. Although the percentage is ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಯಾವುದು ಇದು percentage ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. If it is above 95%, you have to make a provision for a contingent liability. Asset ಅನ್ನು recognize ಮಾಡಬೇಕು because what's your settle. Whereas probable ಆದರೆ 50 to 95% provision ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, disclose. Whereas 5 to 50% ಆದರೆ contingent liability disclose ಮಾಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ no disclosure permitted. Red ink ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ beautiful ಆಗಿ. So contingent asset ಬಂದಾಗ I am very tough because of the prudence. I hope you are understanding. And if the provisions are reversible after certain years, like decommissioning, you have to use the discounting factor. Yes. India 38, same like 16. Only thing is, it is a identifiable non-monetary asset. Non-monetary assets are assets which are not monetary. Monetary includes liquid assets. So non-monetaries are other than the liquid assets. So identifiable non-monetary without physical substance. Again, future economic benefit, CMR, ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Research expenses are always debited to P&L, whereas development expenditure will be capitalized when the traffic conditions are satisfied. Goodwill ಗೆ no amortization, but only impairment. Other assets, if life is ascertainable, ಇದು difference between years 26 and 38. You have to amortize. If life is unascertainable, here this also has to be impairment test. Goodwill always impairment test. Other intangible assets with infinite life, also impairment test. Next, depreciation methods ಯಾವುದು? SLM, WDV, units of production. Amortization method, SLM ಇದೆ. Then units of production ಬದಲು future expected cash flows. You cannot say I manufactured physical units ಅಂತ. You are using technical law. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ future cash flow. WDV method ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ? SLM, WDV ಯಾವುದು? Units of production under tangible. Intangible, SLM ಇದೆ. WDV ನಕ್ಕೋ. Instead of units of production, you should use the word future economic benefit ratio ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾರು? Self-generated assets are not recognized at all. Disclosure, same like India 60. Residual value normally taken as nil unless there is a fixed commitment for intangible asset by the buyer that I am going to purchase the same. Penultimate standard, investment property, beautiful standard. LBB, if it is for own office, India 16. cost model, reversal model, depreciation. Invested India is 40. So LBB, ಆಯ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು 330 ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಇಂಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬಂತು. LBB investment property is always at a cost model. Depreciation has to be there. Revaluation is prohibited. However, you have to present the same. Now, one problem ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. How do you segregate whether it is a PPE, whether it is investment property? ಅದೇ question ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Even ROUA can be right of US asset. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 40 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. We'll discuss later. So, right of US can also be investment property. The asset taken on what you call lease can also be an investment property. Understanding, Goga?
Understand.
Yes, sir.
Dual purpose ಇದ್ದಾಗ, so if you are able to split PP ಮತ್ತು investment property ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, whereas if it is not possible, then it should be considered as a PP. PP should be given a first preference over India's 40. Agriculture, the definition of agriculture, biological transformation ಅಂತ word ಬರಬೇಕು. Whenever there is a biological transformation and it is cut before the harvest ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Biological asset ಆಯ್ತು, bearer plant ಆಯ್ತು. And biological assets are always valued at fair value less
To sell.
Cost.
Sir.
There are two additional theories which have been introduced in the new scheme. I kept it intentionally for revision. Just read this much. Technology and accounts. You are all technological kids. Almost you are going to download answer. So now when it comes to the accounting and technology, you cannot imagine today that technology not being creeping in anywhere. So how can accounting be an exception? So cloud. Vishnu asked, sir, if cloud will save adre male banದಾಗ ಹೋಗಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ want to explain it. No problem. So technology ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇದನ್ನೇ ರೀಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪೇಜ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಹೇಳ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಪೇಜ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಖುಷಿ. ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇದೆ
565.
ಎಂಡಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದೇ ನೀವು ಮರ್ತೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮರ್ತೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ. ಸೊ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಐ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ದ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್. So automation process is a very common procedure where software is integrated for the various process. Now take a simple example of Tally ERP. It will be easy. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ Tally ಇಂತ ಮರ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ, ಬಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್. ನಾನು 90% of them using Tally only. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅದೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರೇಷನ್. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಗೂಬೆ, ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿನಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮೇಡ್ ಇನ್ USA ಯಾವುದು ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಉಲ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಗರ್ ಸಿಂಧಿ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ USA ಆತರ. So ERP, if you look at the Tally, so with a beautiful Tally understanding and implementation, inventory record can be generated, purchase sales obviously can be recorded, TDS information can be integrated, GST information can be integrated, pie chart etc. can be taken out, division wise financials can be integrated. So anything and everything when you integrate with the ERP, so accounting life will become easy. Major advantage of the accounting with the technologies, duplication of efforts are avoided. Earlier, separate manual department for inventory data, separate for financial data, costing data. Today, everything can be technologically upgraded. So, other than you have to reproduce the same words. Benefits, streamlining data entry, speed ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, enhance the accuracy to the point. ಮೊದಲೆಲ್ಲ 35 ಪೈಸಾ 36 ಪೈಸಾ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಪೈಸಾ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. It improves decision making, saves time and money, facilitating complex. ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಡಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಡಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಡಾಟಾ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ, ಡಾಟಾ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್, ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್, accuracy, compliancy, time. ಎಷ್ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು, ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಿ. ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್. ನಮ್ದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ಫೋಟೆಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಫೋಟೆಕ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಸಾರ್ ಅಂತ, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ಫೋಟೆಕ್ ಪಾಸೇ ಆಗ್ತವೆ ನಾವು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಗಾಡ್ ದಿ ರಿಮೂವ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಪಾಸ್ ಆದ್ರು ಅಲ್ವೇನ್ರ. ದೆನ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಬ್ರೀಚ್ ಹೈ and loss of jobs because technology in the Syndicate Bank, Gandhinagar, when I did the audit before ERP, Around 85 people were there. Then they entered ERP, the 8 people after computerization. They were struggling like anything. And also, if you see the bank and insurance sector, all managers matra kalsa maro. Where correct time is called Oktar. Our target is that's the problem. Don't get into banking and insurance sector. So you lose your hair before 30 only. Cloud computing is extremely important, regularly asked. Odi, auntie?
Cloud computing.
Yes,
Cloud computing refers to the delivery of computing services over the internet. It allows accountants to access their data and software from any device with an internet connection.
So anything with the today, any desk, adella, anything with the cloud connection, you can do it. Cloud computing has become the order of the day, extremely useful. So benefits again, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Accessibility, so enhanced security, scalability, cost ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Challenges ಮೇಲೆ almost repeat ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. You can almost repeat with some extra. What is ERP? It is a software where all the departments are integrated. That is called ERP. Again, same story query. Cyber security accounting. Okay. So these are common cyber threats. These are technological words. Either you can short form use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆದು. Then proactive measures to mitigate. So today cyber crimes have become nonsensically nonsense. Okay. So one of our person who is into digital cyber related, avandu 80,000 ಹೋಗಿದೆ banking. Okay. So and elder people be careful. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಫೋನ್ ಬಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ even I got a call saying that you are Salman Khan has taken some good from you in Abu Dhabi. It's stuck in FedEx Santa. So ನನಗೇನು by God, first time I'm hearing, but still ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದೆ 11:30 ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. In between I connected the people with the different at that time they said okay, it is all nonsense which is getting ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವನು ಈಗಲೇ ಮಾಡಿ they told ಯಾವುದು we are from the intelligence police department ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೂ ಬಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು ಫೋನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೀವು ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ಪಾಪ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರ ಸ್ಟೈಪಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕಿತ್ಕೋತಿ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ? I don't know, but still don't expose yourself to the risk. So ಇದನ್ನ cyber security accounting ಇದು word ಇದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Phishing attacks, malware attacks ಇದೆಲ್ಲ word ಯೂಸ್ ransom. So they take ransom money from the money like the what you call the kidnapping ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದೇ ತರ it's happening online. Unfortunately, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. Okay. How to measure? So obviously training, education, so data backup, very important. Network security. ನೀವು ಏನು password, one of the commonly used word password ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೇಳಿ?
Date of birth.
Password.
1 2 3 4 5.
Password, correct sir.
Password itself is a password.
Yes sir.
Commonly used. ಮತ್ತೆ 1 2 3 4 ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಚೇಂಜೇ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್. ಅದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರಿ. ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಕಾಪಿನ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೋದು. ದೇವ್ರು ಇರ್ತೀರ ನೀವು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್. ಬಟ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ರೀಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಚೈನ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫೋಟೆಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೇಳ್ಸಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಫೋಟೆಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರೋ ನರಸಿಂಹನ್. ಎನ್ಹಾನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆನ್ಸಿ, ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಇಂಟೆಗ್ರಿಟಿ, ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಸಮ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಐ ಹಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ಫಿನಾಮಿನಾ, ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ಗಿಂತ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸ್ಟುಪಿಡಿಟಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸ್ಟುಪಿಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತಾರಂತ. ಎಸ್. ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಅದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಡಾಟಾ ಪ್ರೈವಸಿ, ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ, ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಮನ್, ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟ್ರೈನ್. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕುಯ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನೇ ಕುಯ್ಯೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದಿ. ಯಾರು?
ನಾನು.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್, ಯುವರ್ ಆಡಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ CA ಫೈನಲ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ 20-25 years ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಆಡಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್ ಐ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಟೀಚ್. But I decided I'll not teach. But CA Institute said, no, you should still teach. That's why they introduced professional ethics in accounts. It's one of my favorite topics. In 5 minutes, let us have a gala moment. Okay. So why I used to teach? Because I wanted our students to have ethics. And I understood the definition of ethics after almost 10 good qualifications. When I took MSc psychology, there is a subject called 100 marks classroom psychology. Ethics is what distinguishes profession from business. Wow. Ethics is what distinguishes
Profession from
Profession
business.
from business.
Profession from business.
profession from business.
Business.
So,
Business.
profession from business. So, professional ethics institute is being the what you call professional institute. It has made some schedules in ICI. The definition and the note for it. Article there. What I want to discuss is about these parts. I made some easy short form for auditing also. So, Vinci, auditing and accounts. Auditing is a very important chapter. There are two schedules. First schedule, second schedule. First schedule, there are two parts. 12 clauses, two clauses. You are supposed to remember in auditing which clause of which part of which schedule. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Elaborate session, if you want to take, I will take it. Satyake, we'll conclude it.
Yes.
So, how to remember Anta? So, just go ulta. 12 bangles of two hands of a family consisting of father, mother, and daughter. So, becomes CA. So, she will become world famous in Hanuman Nagar. So, these are the four clauses. 12 bangles for the two hands. Bangles are the girls.
Yes, sir.
What you put here, they're called bangles. Correct.
Right. Band.
Boys, so 12 bangles for the two hands of a three-member family. Okay, father, mother, daughter. So then she becomes a CA. So that's how. So four parts. First schedule, first part has got 12 clauses. Second part has got two clauses. Third part has got three clauses. So father, mother, and daughter. And last one is she becomes a CA, world famous. That's why two clauses. Can you remember?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Very much, sir.
12 clauses. So
Two
12
hands.
bangles.
Two hands,
Member
three family
member
members, she
Okay,
becomes
now.
CA.
Okay, now, sir, 12 bangles, how to remember? Look at the beauty. Next level, we'll see, you'll be amazed. So, 12 clauses. First, before that, I think we'll come here. I'll come back to that. What are these points? So, first schedule has got next class. I think there is
12
class.
bangles.
Yeah, okay. So, ಅಲ್ಲಿ intermediate ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ at 4:15 and ಅಮನ್ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ 4:15 ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಡ ಅದೇ 4 o'clock ಮುಗಿಯುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಬೇಡ ಓಕೆನಾ 4:15 ಅಂತ ಅಮನ್ ಸರ್ಗೂ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕಿ 4:15 ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಈಗ ಬರಬೇಡಿ ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ರೈಟ್ ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಅಂತ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ 12 clauses 2 clauses 3 clauses 2 clauses then ಅಲ್ಲಿ part 2 ಬರ್ತವೆ then will come ulta now first schedule part 1 second schedule part 1 it deals with the COP holders CA in practice.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the special one. First schedule second part matra for the employees service CAs in employment. Part 3 part 4 is applicable to all the members. First part of both the schedule deals with who?
CA in practice.
Part 2 of the first schedule deals with only service providers.
Service.
And all other parts are applicable to all the members.
All the
members are otherwise occupied. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, come ulta. So, last part of both the schedule talks about other misconduct. Whereas every other part talks about professional misconduct. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next, now come to the first one. Sir, which are these schedules? First schedule and the second schedule difference. Second schedule is more severe. So that's why more punishment. Okay. First schedule, they may just reprimand you, warn you. Here they may jail you also and remove your name permanently. Right. So first schedule is two parts, sir. Four parts. Part it is applicable to COP holders. The 12 classes, Appa yes, Akka pos. So Appa yes, the spelling slightly changes. Appa yes, Akka pos. Pa, FCA, CD. Adar artha eno Vishruta. So Vishruta Vijeta. Vijeta lollo, Vijeta, hi. So Vishruta will say, Appa, whatever he says, she says yes. Akka obviously respect, but Akka wait, pause. Akka pause. Appa yes, Akka pause. Then father will be happy, Pa will be happy. So by the blessings of the elders, you will become a FCA and you will become world famous in Bermuda. That is CD. Can you remember?
Yes, sir. This is superb.
12 class, you have to buy it. The cities are superb is waste. You should be superb.
No.
So Appa yes, Akka pass. Eli eldru. Appa yes,
Appa yes,
Appa
Akka
yes,
pass.
Akka pass.
Appa
Appa yes, Akka pass.
FC.
Appa yes, Akka pass. Eli bega.
Appa
Appa
yes,
yes, Akka pass.
Akka
Appa
pass.
yes,
Appa
Akka
yes,
pass.
Akka
Appa yes, Akka
Appa
pass.
yes,
yes,
Akka
Akka
pass.
Papayala, papayala.
Appa.
Appa yes,
Appa yes, Akka pass.
Akka pass.
Akka saku. Then pa, FCA, CD. So appanige yes ಹೇಳಿ ಅಕ್ಕನಿಗೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ FCA, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಇನ್ ಉಡುಪಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ CD. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅಚ್ಯುತರಾಯ್ ನಿಂದಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಡ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಪ್ಪ ಎಸ್ ಅಕ್ಕ ಪಾಸ್? ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಹೆವನ್ ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಏನು? ಕಮ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಟೇಬಲ್. ಸೊ CA ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1. ಸೊ ಎ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ APA ನೋಡಿಲಿ, APA ಅಕ್ಕ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ವಿಶ್ರುತ A means allows non-CA to practice in his name. It is a professional misconduct. Pays share of profit to non-professional misconduct. Except profit, it allows non-CA to practice, except profit from non. So this is called APA. Appa yes. Then Akka pass. Appa yes, ESS. Appa yes. Yes. Then Akka pass. Idu entering ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು ಚಂದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇದು ನಾನ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್. ಎಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಲಿಸಿಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅನ್ಫೇರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಸಾಲಿಸಿಟ್ಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಇದು ಸಾಲಿಸಿಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಸ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅಪ್ಪ ಎಸ್. ಅಕ್ಕ ಪಾಸ್ advertises. He says, so I am a Indra Chandra Narendra Anta, advertisement about himself. You see, without communicating the previous order, you are accepting the auditor. So A accept without checking the compel or requirement of the 2019 Act. Appa, yes, Akka, ACA, then Appa, yes, Akka, POS, POS. So charges fees as a percentage of profits of the client, except in liquidation, etc. The exceptions all ಓದಬೇಕದು. Then engages in other business. You practice in chartered account, ಪಾನ್ ಬಿಡ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದಂಗೆ, ಅದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕೇಸ್. Then Appa yes, Akka pass. Yes is what? Allowing non-CA, non-partner to sign. So 12 clauses. Have some patience. So beautifully accounts and auditing. First schedule FIRST ಬರಿಬೇಕು. FIRST part 1 Roman number 1. It is applicable to members who are in practice. Appa yes, Akka pass. APA allowing non-CA to practice in his name. That's first one. Last one in ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Allowing non-partner to sign. So Chandan is my article. He can practice in my name, no issue. Chandan cannot sign my balance sheet. My partner can sign. Difference ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಏನಂತ? First one and last one allowing. Next APA paying and accepting. P. So non-professional ಜೊತೆಗೆ sharing profit ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ Deepak is a CA. He gives me a reference to of some FEMA client. I can give a referral fees. Deepak is a doctor. So client ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ that will be a what you call professional misconduct. Understanding, Baba? APA accepting, paying, allowing. Oh, sorry, accepting. So Appa yes, entering into partnership with non-professionals, not possible. Soliciting. Appa yes. Then Akka. Akka is what?
Advertising.
Yes, sir.
Without communicating. Akka is what? Accepting without checking statutory limit of the company auditor, ACA. Then POS, charging fees as a percentage of fees, engaging in other businesses, and then 3-4 ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರಿ, automatically ಬೇಡ. Exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ in auditing you should write as per clause number 4 of first part of first schedule. ಇದೇ ತರ ಬರೀಬೇಕು auditing ಅಲ್ಲಿ. No doubt Vikas Ostol is genius, he has taught all those, but maybe remembering the clauses, I think Shetty sir might help. Shetty sir job ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರೋದು. ಓಕೆನಾ? So right, Shetty sir is not auditing expert, but a clause expert. Appa yes, Akka pass. Then first schedule ಅಲ್ಲಿ, okay. Part 2 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ. Appa yes, Akka pass. Pa ಏನು? So if you are a member, look at me. If you are a service, you are in employment. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಪ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಎ ತೆಗಿರಿ, ಪಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಪಾ ಇದು. COP member pays ಅಥವಾ accept. ಅದು part 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Whereas service member pays or accept from a non-CA, it comes in part 2. So simple. Are you really enjoying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
First time.
Sir.
Next, ಅಪ್ಪ ಎಸ್ ಅಕ್ಕ ಎಸ್ ಪಾ ದೆನ್ ಪಾ FCA. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು FCA ನಲ್ಲಿ FCA ನೇ ಇದೆ. ಏನು ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ applicable to everybody generally. You are not a fellow. After 5 years only you can become fellow. But before that only you are putting at FCA. Chandan next year becomes a CA. So January 2026 ಅಲ್ವಾ? CA FCA ಚಂದನ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡೋದು. First 5 years you are called ACA, ಆದಾ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್. 5 years full confused ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ fully confused accountant, FCA. So FCA I put FCA only because one of the clause is FCA only. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Then do not comply with the ICA requirement, CA requirement, then FCA. So giving false information, knowing it is wrong, okay, is in schedule part 3. Then other misconduct ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಥೆಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ರೂಲ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. But theft can be done by chartered accountant or somebody else. I have come across so many stupid cases. Sir, you are not well. You do so much of yoga, and the doctor should not fall sick. I have come across people coming. So how you are not well? Andre, by God's grace, we are reasonably healthy one day. But sometimes, illa sir, Uma papa after yoga ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ weather condition opposite ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. Doctor cannot fall sick. Brilliant. Nurse cannot deliver because she is a maternity doctor. Wow, awesome. ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಇರ್ಲಿ. So other misconduct. So CD, you are involved in a civil or criminal offense, which is not imprisonment, not more than 6 months. Then D, bringing distress to the institute. C institute, Niman's Bangalore program activity. One of the CA member left, right, center, C institute Sarilla, it is not good, kept on telling. Then we said, get down. So no doubt there may be some flaws in our institute. It's like everybody, but you cannot bring disrepute to our institute. Okay. So CD, Appa yes, Akka pos, Pa FCA CD. First 12 are part 1, applicable to COP. Then Pa is same Pa of the Appa A service holders. Then Appa yes, Akka pos, Pa FCA. It is applicable to all the members, not being F, C and A. Then CD, civil or criminal offense up to 6 months. You come under first schedule. And D is the bringing disrepute. First schedule ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ದೇವರಿಗೆ? Second schedule, ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಇದೆ ಮಜಾ. Second schedule ಏನು? It is more connected to your auditing syllabus. Okay. ಇಲ್ಲಿ second schedule ಅಲ್ಲಿ, so in one office, Chandan was sitting. So suddenly DCP entered. He asked, hey, who are you ಅಂತ? ಅವ್ನು ಸುಳ್ಳು MD ಚಾನಲ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾರೆ. So DCP enters. And he is asked, who is this odd person sitting in the chair? He says, I am MD of IAM. What he says? DCP enters, I am MD. He is asked, who is this odd person? He is MD of IAM. So these are the 10 clauses here of part 1, which is applicable to COP. He says what? I am C. So I am the MD of IAM. So immediately DCP says, oh, he is the MD of IAM, I level. I cannot handle him. So they appoint a chief CCID, second part. Then after the investigation, they prove him correctly that he is a criminal. He is not MD of IAM. That is the last part. Chandaralla, the example in Gurais Chandan. So DCP enters Vinci. He asks, who is this odd person? He says MD of IAM. DCP odd MDIM. He says I am MD of IAM. So CCID appointed, and he is ultimately proved to be a criminal. These are the points. So first schedule, Consolidation. Appa yes, Akka yes, pos, Pa FCA CD.
Pa FCA CD.
Part either 3-4 times do it. Auditing is a dangerous subject. Yesterday I told you. That's why I'm putting the extra effort. I know you are tired, but now you look energetic. Appa bandalva adike. Appa yes, Appa yes,
Akka pos.
Akka pos. FCA CD. FCA CD.
Second part is service. Third and fourth is for general. Fourth part is other professional misconduct. By hearted.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
More rigorous, more connected to your auditing, your confidentiality, all SCS actually. First part is for COP, second part is for general, third part is general, last part is for other misconduct. These and he asks, who is this odd person? You say, I am MD of IAM. Then chief CID appointed, and you are proved
to be criminal.
How to remember? Now come back to this. 7. ಏನು ಇದು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1 ಬರ್ಬೇಕಣ್ಣ, ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1 ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಿದು. ಸೊ DCP ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1 ಇದು ಇದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1 ಕೆಳಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 2 ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. DCP. ಸೊ DCP ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್. ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಅಂತ ವರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ. Then DCP, okay. So certifying something without doing all those things. So DCP or ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್. P ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಚಂದನ್ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ. DCP odd. So all of you in the class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you are giving an opinion in an entity. O andre opinion on audit. ಇದನ್ನ ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಚಂದನ್, ನಾಳೆ ನೆನಪಾಡೋ. So opinion in an entity where you have substantial interest. FOTF ಅಲ್ಲಿ I am moving 30%. I am only giving the auditing. I cannot do it. OD, okay. ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡೆ failure ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Failure to disclose the material omission. DCP odd. MDIM misstatement and failure. Gross negligence. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ auditing related points. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. DCP MDIM ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, failure. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ failure related ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Failure, okay, right. So MDIM, M ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? For example, client money ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. You are using for your own personal purpose. So failure to keep, almost everything is using the word failure here. Failure to departure, ನಿಮ್ಮ auditing report ಬರೋದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ DCP odd MDIM. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. ಇದ್ರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ D ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Discloses confidential information. Certifies wrong. P project report on the certificate. DCP odd. Odd under opinion on an entity where there is a substantial information. So D failure to report the material departure. DCP odd. MD misstatement is failure to report. So MD. So due diligence you are not followed. Due care you are not taken. MDIM sufficient information you are not obtaining. So inviting departure ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Money is not been properly kept. Can you make it properly, Baba?
Yes.
Keep CID. ಯಾವುದು? CID is it is for all. Contravenes the ICA Act. Confidentiality as employees. Okay, is not given. So CCID. ICA ಗೆ false information ಕೊಡೋದು, knowing it to be false, defalcates the money which is received in a professional capacity. So CCID. So these are serious. Then other misconduct, this and this. Less than 6 months first schedule, more than 6 months second schedule. That's what I said. Second schedule is more dangerous. Have you understood, Baba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
First schedule, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Second schedule, first part 1, part 2, part 3. Last parts are other misconduct. Everything else is professional misconduct. First part in both is COP holder, whereas the second part in first schedule is only for service. Everything else for everybody else. So Appa yes, Akka pass. Pa yes,
CD.
DCP odd MDIM, CCID
Criminal.
Enjoyed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very much.
So after this, there is one summary. Anybody? Yes. So there is one more beautiful summary here. Some important areas questions asked. India's one, opening balance 101, reserves and surplus, equity and cash settled, goodwill treatment in 103, non-current asset and what is discontinued operations, financial instrument disclosure, then 108, 10% criteria, then what the kind of question asked in 109 is huge. Consolidation finance table 6+2 steps. Joint arrangements are covered here. Joint venture is not covered here. Fair value measurement 3+3+ everywhere. So 115 is Cooper, 116 is about lease, lessee only ROUA. Next, India's one is about presentation, schedule 3, cost or NRA which are less, operating investing financing, accounting policies, accounting estimates are prospective, policy retrospective, adjusting and non-adjusting, taxable and temporary differences, deferred tax liability and deferred tax asset. They are the tangible asset, cost or fair value model, employee benefit, short term, then termination, then defined contribution, same treatment. Everything else is you have to go by defined benefit scheme. Government grants other than 41, functional currency, presentation currency, foreign currency, borrowing cost still is ready to use capitalized. Related party disclosure, control must significant influence only when it is related party. separate financial statement when there is a parent and subsidiary, investment in associate equity method, then 29 is not there. Then 33, basic and diluted EPS, IFR, complete and condensed. Condensed is suggested. 36 is CARA. Then 37 is provision is a liability. Then contingent liabilities are disclosed, assets are not. 38 is ILP. Then investment property cost model, no revaluation. Fair value less cost to sell. What are the kind of question is there? Then suggest the answer what we went through yesterday, and mock test paper is there. So feedback form will be sent to the present batch students. So please fill the feedback form today only before night. Okay, fill ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸಿ. So anybody want to give 1 minute quick feedback, you can give the feedback. 1 minute, 1 or 2% about your experience of being at CAPS, maybe 4 months, etc. Quickly. Then we'll come to quickly. Anybody want to share your feedback? 1 or 2 minutes. MTP ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, mock test ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Yes, only 2. Vinci and Vishnu. Quick, 1 minute each.
Okay, so my experience ever since Inter has been same, best. But this batch, I had so much expectation. It has crossed all my expectations. The best batch. I think, sir, you will agree. In this batch, you have made the least jokes because we have entertained you a lot. Okay, so this batch is entertaining for the faculty itself. Even teacher sir and Vikas sir has the same notion that this batch is something extraordinary, right? And we always have this fun, and we have won the best batch also. That says everything about this batch, and I have had the best memories in this batch. And having Aarti aunty on the same side and against Tejaswini, okay, that's for fun, but it was really very much fun. And this is going to be a wonderful memory for me. And in second batch, I don't know how many of you are going to retain, but I hope most of you clear, and who are going to write exam later, we'll all enjoy in the second batch also. So thank you so much, sir. That's
Thank you. Yes,
Sir, one thing, sir, extraordinary concept is not there in FR, sir. So we are not extraordinary batches, we are more than that.
Vinci, yes, you are right. Aarti.
Sir, actually my eyes are filled with tears. I came to this class without, what should I say, after a long break, and even I didn't have a good understanding of fundamentals of financial reporting. I was okay with the AFM and audit also I could manage little bit, but financial reporting I could say I was zero. From that level to, if I could come to this understanding, I know I have to work hard to reach to the level what you expect from me of, but it's all because of the way you put it across. And when I joined this class, I don't know, I didn't have any expectation as such, but this class was awesome. I have no words to express that great it was. And so the simplicity with which you were teaching, for everything coming up with these short forms and the jokes in between, and giving an experience of a physical class. And as I used to say, above all, in every class, you give some moral input wherein you focus on the humanness of each person, and the love for CA Institute, the passion for CA, and above all, to be a good Indian citizen. So I must say that my gratitude will be a good result, which will be given to you as a Guru Dashina. What do you say that?
Really honored. You'll make me cry now. I think I'm really touched by your statement. I think I hope we deserve to every statement you made. Thank you so much. And this is really a good feedback, because no doubt Vishnuta's feedback is also great. But she is our own student from the last 1 year. But Vinci coming 3-4 months back and being more than a part of the CAPS actually family is really awesome. Thank you, madam. We are really honored. God bless you. Okay, very happy. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, quickly 1 minute Nagaraj and Tejaswini. But anyway, next evening, ಇದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬಹುದು. 1 minute quickly you can keep it. Others who want to talk,
Yes,
you can talk. Yes.
Yes, sir. I think I missed the train. I joined the train little later, but it's the best class there is to attend for any of the CA coaching. because I feel the faculties are all in a so much higher level, you get the best coaching to clear our exams as well as our life. In all the areas of our life, you give so much, inputs to how to carry ourselves in our lives, and also the discipline. I think I have grown in that area in the last 4 months. So uh, that is very, very helpful for us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nagaraj. Excellent. Especially those who are joining CAPS CFL for the first time. So their feedbacks obviously matters more because so they would have had a comparison with someone else. Whereas our LBMs who have come from foundation, they don't know, but at least you people should know that they are confirming you are in the right track. And for those who deviated also. Next, continue.
This LBM, ask her to finish faster, sir. We have to.
Sir.
Quickly.
Thank you so much, sir. We enjoyed a lot more than Sir, nodi sir Aarti Antina.
Quick 1 minute because then I'll very class is next.
Yes, sir. We thoroughly enjoyed the class. More than everything else, it was like a laughing club for us. We used to regenerate ourselves, and because of that, we were able to observe more than before. And as you know, I'm from Foundation, thoroughly enjoying your classes, laughing, giggling, enjoying, bullying others, making fun of others. You guys know whom I'm mentioning about.
Everyone knows for that. Don't worry.
Everyone knows who got bullied.
Getting pulled also. Puller and pulley. Okay, na?
Pulls and bears is there in AFM.
Thank you so much. As I keep telling, yes,
Thank you, sir.
I keep enjoying teaching every batch. So one of the best batches in the recent past. So probably the impact of the May 24 result and also the good people spreading good message, and also people would have realized now that pen drive etc. is not working actually, because in between somewhere actually there is a deviation. So so thankful. So thank you so much. I'm really happy. Yes, we enjoyed, and I'm waiting for the second group because my forte is in direct taxes, even though I equally enjoy FR. But direct taxes, it will be ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇದ್ದ ಲೋಕೇಶ್ is a practicing CA, used to say physical class ಆಫೀಸಿಗೆ we used to be together 5:30 we used to go from the office, and ಅಲ್ಲಿ 6 o'clock evening class. ಏನ್ ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ DT ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. So that's what the comment he used to make. ಅಂದ್ರೆ it's so the different fun level. Anyhow, thank you so much, and you're all, so even though in between somewhere you slightly came down, I think again you came back. It is nice. So around 5 to 10 people have to pull up the socks substantially, but otherwise I think you're all in the right track. But consistency is smart way, irrespective of an examination. So my sincere request, suggestion, command, demand is, don't miss the consistency, because discipline is ultimate. That's what I want. I'll conclude with the statement. Feedback form anna matte maana. So what I suggest now is you take rest. So maybe 6:15 ಮೊದಲು ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಟೇಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಏನು ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಓದಿ. ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇವತ್ತೇ ಬರೋಣ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ 6:05ಗೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ, ಒಂದು 1 or 2 hours ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮಲ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕುಂಭ ಕಂಡ ಸಿದ್ಧೋಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. 6:05, 6:10 ಒಳಗೆ ಬರೀರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಲೀವ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ. ಇಫ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ವಿದಿನ್ 9:15 ಒಳಗೆ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ದ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್. ಸೊ 3 hours 15 minutes. So 9:30 let us join for half an hour 45 minutes of the evaluation of it. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
And more important, jokes, you praising me, I praising, all those are fine. But more important at the end of the day, education. So
Yes,
ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಫುಲ್ ದಿನ ಓದಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ.
Yes, sir. We were sleeping in the class, sir. No sleep required.
So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, and also entire subject revision ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಬರ್ರಿ. You get
Yes,
less mark, it's okay, less mark, but write the test, including those my previous batch students. I would suggest you to write the test. If your May 25 people are not able to write, at least come to the valuation system. And also I hope yesterday you were there. So yesterday's session ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ which question has to be selected first. So just to recall, so start with the consolidation first question. Don't start. So start with any other question which you know perfectly. So 145 andre 15 minutes is reading, then 10 minutes scribbling, then 210 original time, 210 to 3:30 three descriptive questions. 3:30 to 4:15 is MCQs. 4:15 to 4:50 is the other two subject questions. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ you cannot miss any question. You cannot say I complete only 4 questions. You scribble something and come. Fine. Then evening something else is there. We'll discuss about it. Introduction, subject wise analysis. Next batch classes are going to start from March 12th. Okay, so I'm giving some break also in between cover up. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. but inform your friends to join, because we are having only one exhaustive batch in a year. And also some of the friends who attended one batch earlier, suggest them that they have to attend income tax, extremely crucial with huge amendment. Then anybody want to join CF, they can always join. And Goa people, we are having a Goa plan. We'll discuss maybe the night only. We discuss the and mock test paper will be released right now in the 5-10 minutes. Okay, so this jokes are now Odi.
Yes,
Odi.
sir. Sai Bhai Hagbada. When I was young, I was poor. But after years and years of hard work, I am no longer young.
Upgraded statement by Shetty, sir. When I was young, I was poor. I joined CA at CAP, sir. At young only, I am rich. Thank you very much.
Wow.
That's what exactly is happening. 30 years early,
Yes.
one of our students told, I am retiring. Sumana Rao. Okay. So I want to retire because that's how exactly is happening, Alva. Especially people come from PU background. I know some seniors who rejoined later, Bejar Madakabadi, are still young.
We are young, sir. At least in front of Sai.
Young at heart.
Anyhow, so we'll meet in the evening. I think next class is going to start. So thank you so much. I will meet all of you in the evening at 9:30. So keep rocking, keep enjoying. God bless you all. I wish and pray that your life is much more beautiful than anybody else in the world, including my life, which I am enjoying. Enjoy the life. Keep rocking, keep enjoying. God bless you. Bye bye. End the meeting.
Thank you.